so
Yeah,
weird.
because everyone,
we were
gets a Coke Zero at the
Coke
start
Zero,
of the
yeah, it's
stream.
Coke
I
Zero.
don't drink these.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
guess
you
what?
can crack it open.
And then you can give it to me because I'll
And
fucking
someone
drink
else
it.
can drink it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
sounds good. All right, we are live. Should be.
Whoa!
Are we actually? Hold on.
Vodders?
Oh, what do we do? I've never streamed before.
Oh my goodness! Oh, it's okay.
What happened?
The chat just
Oh,
disappeared
yeah,
for a
yeah.
second because I think you were like hovering the
Yeah,
bottom or whatever. Me when I hovered the bottom. I drew. Oh, this guy's name is Peter Tingle. That's so silly. I love
Tingle?
that name. Hello.
I know Tingle.
That's from that movie.
Hello, Applejack.
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
Chat, we have new microphones.
We do.
Oh.
It might be super loud. Oh, and we can
Zach
hear
is watching.
ourselves through the television. Oh no, you're gonna go through fucking super. Oh. Okay, perfect. Yay.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Hello, hello, hello.
That is the single longest YouTube name I've ever seen.
Super Carlos 45 C Stick Bot and Mo 9.
Okay,
Perfect.
what are we doing here? We
Hold
I don't know if, can they hear us?
They
Something
can.
happened.
Hold on. I forgot to hit live on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
okay.
It's Twitch. They'll figure it out. They're scrappy. They're plucky. They'll get shit done. You know what I mean?
Right now it's YouTube exclusive
yeah,
stream.
it's YouTube exclusive.
stream.
Exactly.
All right.
We
Live,
can. Okay.
live on Twitch.
Live on Twitch.
Okay, now it's not YouTube exclusive. Sorry,
If
guys.
you're here and you have watched our content before, thank you, welcome back. But if
Yes.
you've never seen one of these streams, this is a deck review stream. Drew, how can people get their deck checked by us?
Well, you come here and drop those sweet, sweet pants, and then we will check your deck right in front of stream. No, so the way that if you want to submit your deck for us to review, one, you need to be either a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber. Two, you have to be on the Discord server. You have to go to the members Discord channel. And three, there's a link for this most recent deck review stream. You just submit all the information there, and you can do it live. We are updating our randomized wheel, and you will have a chance to have your deck reviewed on the stream.
Yep, it is a chance. However, our tech team, that is the one-man superhero of Zach, who has a microphone today. Say hi, Zach.
Hello.
He
Wow.
updates live like Drew was saying, and man, is he fucking on it.
Yeah.
He on it. So if you're not going to use your Jeff Bezos free Prime money on Twitch, which literally free if you have Amazon Prime or any other
Yes.
thing, then we understand. But also, this is for members and Twitch subscribers.
Yes. Also, so first and foremost, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds before we start the stream. Did you see that they're starting to spoil Marvel superheroes?
No.
Yes.
Wait, okay, we got to do like a magic checkpoint. Okay, before we go to the Marvel superheroes thing, can you explain? You were talking about some kind of Ninja Turtles controversy.
So with the Ninja Turtles set, everyone's complaining because Raphael, instead of using his signature Sai, is using a Jite, which is a weapon that's similar to the Sai, but has different cultural roots. Also, the Jite has been represented in Magic the Gathering for a long time.
Okay. At least they picked something that, like Umezawa's Jite is literally famous.
Exactly.
It's famous.
The issue with that, for anyone who doesn't know, maybe somebody can turn this into a clip and send it to the greater Magic community at large. The Sai is a weapon that has to do with the Ryukyu people, which live on the island of Okinawa that was conquered by Japan forever ago. And there are still loads of people who believe that the Ryukyu people deserve independence from the Japanese nation at large. So I figure Wizards of the Coast wants to avoid any political, interpretation by using the Jite instead of the Sai. I personally have been to Okinawa and to Ryukyu villages to walk around and see the culture and stuff, and it is absolutely incredible. And I think that it's so interesting that with more information, we have to change things like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I guess they did something similar, maybe not similar, but in a similar degree of adjustment for Kaladesh, right?
Yeah.
There was
A Vishkar.
a thing that they deemed as culturally insensitive, and then they took action. And I think it's important to keep an eye on this and be like, is this too much? Is this too little?
Yeah.
And in this case, I think they chose a smart weapon. It's not exactly on the IP. I guess my question is how the Ninja Turtles IP holders feel about it, right?
Yeah, right? I mean,
Because it's their thing.
yeah. I think that the lay person who sees Raphael on a Magic card is going to go, oh, Raphael! And then they buy the card.
You know what? I also just realized too, if you take a picture of a Jite from the side, you can't see that other prong.
Yeah.
And
They are similar weapons, but again, the cultural significance of the cultural difference is like the reason that they made that choice on the printing. So, at the very least, you, our viewers here, can consider yourselves more educated as to international
thanks for
history.
dropping knowledge bombs on us, dude.
Yeah,
He's
of course,
the guy
of
with
course.
the tech, with the knowledge tech.
I'm happy to give it to you.
I'm seeing people saying that they can't be here for the whole stream. Guys, they go up as VODs on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if your name is like Lag and you submitted, I think like 5 decks, which by the way, you only get 1 roll. Nice try, Buster.
Yeah.
You can see it after we finish going live.
Yeah, all of the members deck reviewing VODs are available for free for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
So don't think that you're going to not be able to witness anything. You can even, I don't want to, encourage anyone to leave, but you could even not watch the stream and then skip through to see if your deck got chosen.
Yep, that's true.
Although I will say,
The decks today are good.
one, the decks today are
They're
really
good.
good, and two, if you are truly interested in becoming a better deck builder, watching the whole stream and like watching people build decks is how to improve.
It's honestly like, I feel like we are a little jaded to the fact that like we look at a deck, we size it up quick, and like we have different perspectives on deck because you're the Drew guy, you draw the cards, and I'm the
Yes.
graveyard do nothing guy, right?
Yes,
And somewhere in that Venn diagram, we also have Zach, who has kind of emerged as like a closeted Voltron god. Like,
I
you
mean,
guys
right
will-
now Voltron,
you will see.
classically token synergy
Yeah.
focused
So
type
there's like
stuff.
there's like expertise in here, and we look at something and we're like, last stream I remember like breaking something down really fast, and someone was like, "Wow, I'm new and had no idea about any of the things that you just said." Like, thank you. And we were like, "Oh, well, shit."
Yeah. Do we have One Piece box brawls planned?
Yes, we have them filmed actually.
Yes.
We're working on streamlining some back-end editing processes to try to get more content to you guys because we know you love the content.
Yes, sir.
That game was pretty good, I
Yeah.
think. I think that was the 4-man game, right?
Yeah, it was the 4-man game, so we we wanted to try doing OP Box Brawl as a 4-man.
Yeah.
Because I think
'Cause
that's
Great
what
Line
people
was very
really
fun.
liked. Yeah.
Excuse me, 4 Emperors.
Yeah,
4 Emperors, is, really fun.
very fun. And during that game,
Oh, yeah.
we also may have gone a little bit overboard
A little bit overboard.
when it came
dude.
to pack opening, but we'll leave that for the video itself.
Huge. Sorry, someone just said their serialized Urbrass got a 10.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's sick. Hey, thanks to everyone who I've been seeing becoming members and subscribing to, I assume, Submit Decks.
Yep.
It really
Get
means a
them in
lot
here.
to see your guys' support. And Zach does have a mic today, if anyone is wondering.
Yeah, don't say give Zach. Zach, defend yourself. Twitch is calling you out.
I'm here now.
Incredible.
Yeah, now
Hello.
he's real.
Yeah, now I'm real.
Zach, first day on the job.
Yeah, first day on the job.
Before we get started,
Oh yeah, we gotta do the thing.
perhaps.
Hey, look at this. Oh, they're cold.
I put them downstairs, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
And
well,
they're holiday flavored.
Oh, are they really?
I mean, not flavored.
Well,
but
it's is
holiday.
this an
The
AI
the
Santa?
colors flavor. I bet it is.
Is this AI Santa?
Fucking Coca-Cola? I bet they use AI all the
If
time.
Pepsi didn't suck as much, we'd have
That's
an
true.
alternative.
All right, everybody ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, something about that crack felt a little bit extra. Felt a little bit more today.
This does take a little. It tastes a little auto-generated.
All right, we ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking. Let's review some decks, brother, man.
This Coke tastes like a data amalgamation.
It does.
Wheel time, wheel time, wheel time. I bet you guys can hear the wheel really loud too.
Probably true. Zach should star in Edge Runners.
I agree. Zach should.
Badass.
Well, Zach is edging, so he would be perfect.
Edgar Allan Swole.
Edgar Allan Swole. What an incredible name. I don't see that on the list. Whoa, it's at the bottom of the list.
Oh wow, really?
Edgar Allan Swole from the
Damn.
top ropes.
That's crazy.
Welcome to the stream.
Shit.
hey, we
It's
know
Arna
this commander.
Kennerüd.
Okay, so bracket 3, I make many equipments, I lose many friends. Hey, I just made this deck. It would be cool to do a game where you play viewer decks. Hey,
Well,
guess what?
a little bit of a spoiler. Allegedly, that video might be done at the end of this week where we played your decks already.
There's a chance.
There's a
There's
chance.
a chance.
I don't know.
Oh,
All right.
not me clicking to open the deck and it auto-opening the therapy window in my fucking iPad. Jesus.
It's honestly so funny because he said lose all your friends. You're just speedrunning. Okay, you recently built this guy.
I did.
So I feel like you can take us from the top here. What are you looking for? Oh, I guess what's the commander do?
So, Kennerüd is a flying lifelinker, which is already pretty great for 5 mana. Honestly, playable by itself as a Voltron commander just with that text. It's funny because it's in Esper, and Esper is not super known for doing Voltron-y stuff. And when any modified creature that you control attack, you double the number of counters on it, so you can build like counter synergy, or non-token permanents that are attached to it, like auras or equipment, will also get copied as long as they're not a token. So the idea is to generate value by making a lot of equipment copies or aura copies, and then swing in. No, you had something.
But even if this was just a 4/4 flying lifelink with ward discard a card,
Yes,
it would still win you the game.
It really would.
It's crazy that they made that for 5 mana.
I have always looked at this commander and wanted to build it, so when I almost spoiled the fucking video that we had planned. I recently built this for a video, and it's hard because...
Maybe you can give them the title. I mean, look, they're live viewers, you know what I mean?
Anyone remember last Christmas what happened on the channel?
Actually, if anyone can say the name of the character that appeared,
we might be able to do some
spoil
confirming.
The thing. Yeah.
The fun thing about this character, this commander, is that you can do auras, equipments, and counters all in the same deck. The hard part is that...
That was really fast.
Yeah, almost. The hard part is that doing all of them at the same time is so unfeasible that you kind of have to pick a lane. Oh, the bench.
The bench.
Someone remembers the bench.
Is back, baby.
Yeah, if you guys are worrying about the bench, don't worry. He's returning, and in great form. It's sad that you have to sort of pick a lane with this card, but it's cool because there's a lot of options there.
Or like just commit to being a lower consistency deck, which generally it results in being lower power.
Yeah. Yes, that was the 3v1 game from a while ago.
Okay, little bit of a twist, boys.
Let's look at this deck.
Okay, I mean, right off the bat, Buster Sword.
Yeah. Oh, I'm busting all right.
Busted Sword.
Ooh, you know what? I'm liking seeing... Okay, this to me has vibes of I got into Magic pretty recently, and I'm using my collection to build this because I see Noctis, Halia, Go-Go, I'm seeing Squall, I'm seeing Rook Turret, Weapons Vendor, Mendicant Core. It's like a bunch of cards from like the last maybe 7-ish sets coming out.
You know what? Exactly in that vein, the card that I undervalued the most of scrolling this list quickly, Phantom Blade. Have you seen that?
I have not.
It's a 5-mana equipment that gives 1/1 and Menace with Equip 2. When it enters, you attach it up to one of your guys and kill a thing.
Yes.
That's pretty
cool.
good, actually.
Oh, and copying that goes crazy.
Yeah, it does go crazy. That's kind of tech. Oh, and then they have Radiant Lotus to eat stuff.
And Helm of the Hosts.
Oh, there's some smart choices in here. Budget smart choices too, I think.
I learned of a new artifact equipment recently called Trepanation Blade.
Yeah, Trepanation.
I think that would be pretty funny in this deck.
Trepanation?
Whenever a equipped creature attacks, defending player reveals cards from the top of his or her library until he or she reveals a land card. The creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each card revealed this way. That player puts the revealed cards into his or her graveyard.
Wow.
So, maybe get 5 or 6 of those.
Yeah, because you can copy them. That's really funny. Oh, man. Something else. I really like Artificer class. It's something that has recently made artifact decks more appealing to me. It just makes it so that they cost a little less, and then at your end step, you create a copy of some artifact that you control. It just is a lot of value for something that I thought was pretty unassuming. It's very good. I really like that card.
It is, and the sky is the limit with this deck, and the flexibility too. Thank you, Swaney Guy, for saying, did you all ping the Discord that you started stream? Literally 3 minutes before the stream started, I said, guys, I'm not going to forget to ping the Discord this time like I've done every time. I got it. And it was up, and the announcement was ready, and I fucking forgot.
Yes. I read that message, and I was like, oh no. Oh no.
We got there. Hey! All
wow,
right.
incredible.
Woo!
We're so psyched.
Hello, everyone. Sorry.
Yes,
all right.
welcome everybody.
Professionals.
Everyone, get in here. Wow. I'm really liking this.
I like it a lot too. I mean, it's like white is the color that has the easiest and best Voltron options.
Yep.
Like especially Sigarda's Aid, right? And other things that are like Pure Steel Paladin and SRAM, and like it does the most things. So the fact that this has white in it makes like the whole thing busted wide open. And if you scroll the creatures tab, there are what, like 3 creatures that are not just white, which is, it's just good. But I think adding the blue and the black is fun.
Show hog, says Jesse. Okay, we'll show hog.
You know what, Jesse? Just for you, bud. But that'll be a private show later on. Yeah, for sure. But I like this. I mean, it's got good stuff. And then there's what was the Final Fantasy Blue instant? Stolen Uniform. There's like not that many other like cool Voltron equipment effects in like other colors, but I like that one a lot. It's just you could steal an equipment, but really what it does is you pick one of yours and put it on your guy at instant speed for 1 mana, which is cool. I think that's cool.
To me, the coolest thing about this commander is that if you're playing an equipment like Voltron-y commander, usually what you're doing is you're playing your commander because they have really good words on the paper, and then you put a bunch of paper under that paper, and then you swing your paper at other paper, and then that paper dies or that person dies, right? Anna Kennerüd says, how about you make 5 people, and each of them gets a different equipment, and then you now have like an army of differently capable monsters.
Yeah, you can move it around.
I like that it's not Voltron in the sense of like one thing gets huge. It's Voltron in the sense of like this guy does the card draw equipment, and this guy does the damage equipment, and this guy does the defense equipment. I really love how it enforces the idea of like play a bunch of creatures. Like you never get to see multiple creatures played in Voltron, I feel like.
You know, maybe that's some of the strength of this deck is that you get to shuffle around your power. Payment of Mine has already said my secret fun tech card for like both interaction and Voltron, which is Fumble. It's a 2-mana instant. It says return target creature to its owner's hand, so yours or theirs. Gain control of all auras and equipment that were attached to it and attach them to another creature.
Yeah.
So on the defense, you bounce your guy and save him from maybe like a board wipe, and you move all your shit around. Or on the offense, you bounce their guy while the hexproof is getting moved to him, and you steal all the shit already on it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool for this deck, because then you just go nuts copying, because you gain control. You just like attach them.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I really like this deck a lot. The cool thing about this deck and decks of its ilk is that you can't really go wrong as long as you're putting in like some of the really staple equipment guys and then some of the really good equipments. I have one gripe with this deck.
Okay.
I have one gripe because you can build this deck a million ways and it looks like it's built out of a collection, which I really like.
Yep.
And honestly, your choices are extremely like good and strong and smart and all those good things. The bad part about Anna Kennerüd is that she is an Esper commander, and in this deck, 11% of all symbols are black symbols. Because black is not usually a color that goes into Voltron, specifically equipment Voltron strategies. And if I were to remake my Arna Kenrude deck that I already made, I think I would put a little bit more priority of just going to Scryfall and searching under black cards equipment type and just putting some of those in, because I feel like it would be fun to discover new equipment by having to fill that sort of restriction.
The first black equipment I can think of is the Vorpal Blade. That's,
Yeah, Vorpal Sword is definitely something that you could copy.
Yeah, I also feel like even if you just throw black in for the interaction, that's fine too. But I feel like there are definitely cards like, what was that one I highlighted earlier? Phantom Blade that are like, that are just so undiscovered, exactly like you said, where you're just like, you look at it and you're like, oh wait, that's actually kind of tech.
And doing that discovery, I think, is the like really fun thing. Yeah, the zombie,
What is that?
the Staff of Orcus, Wand of Orcus.
Oh, yeah,
the Wand of
I
Orcus
think so.
is pretty good. It just generates 2/2 guys and buffs zombies in some way. I think makes them durable or something.
Mr. Soul, why did you drop Vorpal? I'm curious. I know why I don't put it in decks. I'm just curious what you did.
Yeah, the reason that I would drop Vorpal is because it's so threatening and almost not fun that, like, why would I put it into the deck?
It's like, it lives in the worst zone of equipment because it comes out and they go, what does it do? And then you read it and it's bad. And then there's like the 8 mana insta-kill a player and you're on turn 2.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you
Everyone's
can
like, wait a
instantly kill me?
minute.
And I'm like, no, I need to hit
want
6
that.
more land drops. And then they're like, yeah, but you can instantly kill me. And then they kill you. And then you're like, okay. And it's like the worst because it attracts all the lightning in the universe to you because it has the kill a player text on it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't actually do anything other than give like 2-0 and death touch.
Yeah. Edgar Allan Swole, maker of the deck, says, I dropped it for more creatures. That is something
Badass.
that I like about this deck, is that it is super valid to drop equipment for creatures because you're going to have 50 equipment, whether you draw them or not. Arna Kenrude is going to solve that problem for you.
1,000,000,000%, I agree.
And I think that a secret sauce, other than looking for black equipments, is that a lot of creatures, like demons and stuff in black, have really good abilities and text on them that I think go well in a deck like this. Like, personally, I think maybe dropping... Oh, man, what is this? Hold on. What is this? Whenever a creature or another artifact you control enters, gain a each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Packed All Terror, I've never seen that. That's really cool. But just dropping some creatures to add like black creatures that have super strong text, I think would be good. Yeah, Blade of the Oni is really good too. Super, super good.
I went, just as a thought experiment on this line of like, let's explore and find cool new tech cards.
Sure.
I went to EDH Rec, I went to Themes, Voltron, and I only clicked Mono Black just to see what people were playing in Mono Black. Do you know what the #1 high synergy card is for all Mono Black Voltron?
No, I don't.
With a 63% inclusion, it's just Rogue's Passage. In fact, you don't even get a black card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the first card that has any black in its identity, Shizo Death Storehouse.
Wow.
It's not even...
It's a land.
And then
it just gives shadow.
Like in position 9, Vorpal Sword.
Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable, people.
That's
Play
crazy.
more cool cards.
Hold on. What
happened? What happened?
I'm discovering something.
He's having a realization.
Put a SRAM in this deck.
Yeah, you can put SRAM in the deck.
Yeah.
This
SRAM's
deck
good.
does not have Rogue's Passage in it.
How dare... Wait, he's not putting
doesn't
the
need
meta.
to.
Badass based.
It doesn't need
Awesome.
to because you
No,
have
of course not.
multiple things.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Going wide, I think, is badass and cool.
Yeah. Packed Weapon, I think, is in the deck, and
It's
it's,
in the deck, yep.
super good.
Yep.
Super good.
I'm going down this rabbit hole now. There's like jack shit in Voltron for black. Like
Yeah.
no one's playing anything. Like that Assassin's Blade is hella cool.
Yeah.
What is any of this shit?
I bet that there's more stuff. I'm gonna do that Scryfall search right now.
I'm mad. Yeah, I'm doing the EDH Rec version. I'm mad at this. There's like a bunch of shit that no one cares about in here. What's happening? What is this?
Overall, as we sort of move forward,
Crash out, yeah.
Yeah, as we crash out. Overall, if only I could type the word equipment into this shit.
I'm actually upset about this. There's so
go,
many.
click. No,
there's so
not
many of like
food.
Whip of Erebos, but that doesn't even matter. What is this? Chad, I'm gonna have a full blown conniption here. I'm gonna start having a moment. Oh, Kaya's ghost form.
Kaya's Ghost Form is
Kaya's
really
ghost
good.
form, yes.
The thing is that this is clearly like an artifact only
Yeah.
type thing, but Kaya's Ghost Form is really good.
It is really good. Man, we got to do something. Wizards, make more equipment that have black pits.
Ooh! I just found fucking gas for this deck.
Okay.
From, is this MOM? Bladed Battle Fan. It's a 2-mana flash equipment, and it says when it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains indestructible until end of turn.
Cool.
So when you turn right to attack, you immediately make a copy and put it onto something else to protect it for the turn, or onto the thing that you're attacking with.
That's cool.
It's one like protection every single combat. It's cool. Very, very cool. Look up Ninja's Blade. Oh, Chainflail Centipede is also really funny. It's not super good, but it's really funny.
You know what's interesting is I think that's the Final Fantasy one. When you're copying those equipments with the job select, you get guys. Right? Because you make a new...
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Enormous Energy Blade also has some synergy here. It usually gives +4/+0, and it taps the creature that it equips to. But if you're attaching it at instant speed because it's a copy to the thing that is attacking, it already is tapped.
Okay,
You don't
I
have to
think
worry about it.
we've fully colonoscopied this deck. At this point, I'm ready to give a review. How do you feel?
Yes, I think that I'm ready to give a review. Put Mask of Grizzlebrand in the deck. It's pretty epic.
Well, it's legendary though, right? Like that's the problem with that one.
Oh, that's true. It doesn't make non-token or non-legendary tokens.
I know, it's just lame. Why did they make that? I mean, I guess it's Grizzleband's mask, but it's like, come on.
I don't
Just
know.
make it non-legendary so we can play that fucking thing. All right, sorry, you were saying?
I really like the deck. I think that the spice of the deck is the variety and the ability to kind of scope in, and I really like the scope in of this one. I also really like that the deck clearly seems to be made out of like some bulk and then some like sets that you have just collected. Honestly, I think that the only thing that I am begrudged about is that there's not enough black representation in the deck, and I think I'd give it like a 9.
When I look at decks like this, where the only thing that we really have to gripe about is like stylistic choices, to me that represents a perfect deck. I'm not saying this
that's
is
fair.
the best deck of all time.
Very fair.
But also for me, I'm like, I would choose this over this. And your answer, Mr. Swole, is that you had that before, but you didn't like the way it played, or you didn't like how it goes in your deck. I don't think putting Vorpal Sword in this deck makes it better or worse. I think they're just like stylistic choices.
Yeah.
I'll give you a 10. I think this is a great deck.
I love Go-Go Master of Mimicry to copy the activated ability of Arna Kennerüd. I think that's awesome. That's
good.
super, super good.
That's pretty good. Zach, you want to dunk on it too before we move on? All right.
Okay, cool.
I think that means 10 from him. The first 30 on the
Amazing. The first 30 ever. Yeah, I think great deck. I love it.
Great deck.
I really, really love
Let's
it.
roll again, baby. Let's spin the wheel. Boom.
This is a deck I would love to play.
I think so too, yeah.
It makes me happy whenever I see a deck that I know that I would just love to play.
Agreed. How'd we do?
ChrizCola.
Oh.
ChrizCola. This is also recently submitted.
Uh-oh.
This says, Bracket 3, been stomping the local LGS with this gem. I somehow convinced people in every game that I'm not that scary. Please, P.S., just kill Azula.
Okay. He said bracket 3. Architect has it at core 2.
Interesting.
So this feels like one of those decks that, exactly like they're saying, flies under the radar unless you don't kill their commander, and then, oopsies! Oopsies!
Yeah.
Are we supposed to hear Zach? Yes. Can you not?
Uh-oh.
I was unmuted.
Where,
I don't know.
say, Zach, give them a code word to say so they can hear you.
Fart. Say fart.
All right, if you guys can hear him, you already have your instructions. Oh, yeah. All right, seems good. Seems good.
Amazing.
It's quiet, they say.
Quiet.
Okay. I think
Well,
that
he-
might just be Zach
Yeah,
being
he's
quiet.
just quietly surveying and judging you all.
Okay, I want to address something at the beginning of this deck, which is you are playing Fire Lord Azula. If you are convincing people that you are not threatening or that this deck is not threatening, you must have a charisma score of like
Yeah,
18
for sure,
plus.
for sure.
Because if I sat down and I see Fire Lord Azula, I'm almost treating that as like an Eldrazi. Like genuinely, every time I look at Fire Lord Azula, I know that whatever she is up to is dastardly.
These decks, so I'll just quickly, for those of you guys who don't know this card, it's a 4-mana 4/4 with Firebending too, so when it attacks, you make 2 red mana, which is cool. And whenever you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell, you may choose new targets for the copy. This is like one of the scarier, I've seen the word scary a bunch of times in chat. You can't know what this deck does until it's already done it.
Yep.
Because it's like, it has to be in combat, it has to attack, and it already gets extra resources when it does.
Yep.
So it's possible when they play Fire Lord Azula, in their hand is like an Arcane Signet and like maybe a Murder, right? But like you can't know that until it's too late.
Yep. I'm loving seeing all the flash makers because something that people don't see in this deck is that it says that any spells cast during combat get copied. This includes creature spells.
Yeah.
So if you can cast anything at flash speed, you can just make 50 of whatever.
I think that's what your immediate response was to seeing the spoiler of this card was like, I'm playing Flash, guys.
Yeah. I made a deck of all flash creatures just to put into the deck because Azula can be a crazy creature deck if you want her to be. Now, I think that if you're playing her at power, then you are just doing a bunch of fast shit during combat to explode the board or your opponents. But you can flash creatures in, you know?
Yeah, I'm seeing a comment about, I want to talk about this. Crackle with Power and Exsanguinate are so boring. Okay, to some degree, I agree. But here's the thing about this. At some point, someone has to win the game. So if you put Exsanguinate and Crackle with Power in your deck, and you don't have that many tutors, and like the Simic do-nothing Rashmi player has drawn their 48th card, they're going for a Laboratory Maniac win, but the only way they're doing it is by drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yep.
It's turn 30, a guy has stepped out to drink, a guy has stepped out to pee, a guy's getting the pizza, there's a guy on the phone talking to his wife.
Yes.
Someone has to end the game at some point.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not saying that this, like your line for this might be, you know what, I'm gonna Crackle with Power for 30 on turn 5 every single time.
Yep.
There are people who play like that, and there is nothing wrong with consistent gamers, but you gotta win somehow at some point.
Yeah, I think that the idea that the combination of cards is boring is sort of a misnomer. I think that you having seen it before a couple times, or maybe a lot, is something that you might think is boring, but in the grand ecosystem of Magic the Gathering, imagine that it's your first year of gameplay and you discover this combo. It feels cool. It feels interesting. Exsanguinating at instant speed to copy it for the X cost, because that's a rule that you had to learn to play this deck well, is something that shows expertise. And this, to me, as this deck is being created, reads as a deck of either someone who is super been in Magic for forever and loves like classic rock, the hits. They love playing just the OG awesome stuff, or they are on their stepping stone path towards becoming a Magic the Gathering sort of aficionado, and doing things like this, playing Ashling Flame Dancer to keep the red mana, brainstorming the correct card for Buster Sword to combo with, using Atali Primal Storm just to do the Atali Primal Storm stuff, it's all fun. Regardless of what you think or feel, for this person, this is going to be a lot of fun because they enjoy that value, that flash speed, that rule like learning. So yes, maybe you've seen it a bunch, but like, it's a classic. This is an absolute classic.
I like to go the next step with this, which is like, this person is the muscular shirtless guy in every anime who says, I will punch you in the face.
Yeah.
And like, you know it's coming. It's consistent. It's linear. That gives you the chance to like, you know what? That one guy punches me in the face every fucking game. I'm going to put a deflecting palm in my deck. And now I know the punch is coming right here. Then I can give him one of these, and he kills himself. And you're like,
yes.
Gotcha.
The reason why this commander specifically reads like an Eldrazi to me is because it does that. It says, I'm going to hit you into the face until you are dead, and it sets the tone for the table and for everyone around.
Yep.
It just sets the tone. And I think that that's really cool and really good.
Exactly. That's true about Exsanguinate. You can't deflect loss of life, but you can also just counter the spell. There's like a billion other ways to do it. I definitely think that there are other ways you can play around from a funny perspective.
Remove Azula. Remove Azula. The deck creator said it in the description.
That's true.
Just remove Azula.
That's true. There are definitely ways around it, although I agree that Exsanguinate is it's probably one of the more like Gary. It feels like Gary, right?
Yeah.
It's, you see black and they go Gary and you go, cool, next game.
This deck is just full of literally, this is like the world's greatest hits of Grixis in a deck. It's Stormkiln Artist with Mana Geyser, Snapcaster Mage, Mystic Mastery, Kest Dissident Mage. You have, let's see. Brainstorm, Big Score. Now you have Exsanguinate. I think Sozin's Comet is slowly going to become something that is extremely
We talked a little bit about
playable.
it. How would you cast like Exsanguinate at flash speed?
If you have anything out like Vidalcan Orrery, you
Which
can
is
do
in
it.
the deck.
Or there are instants that let you do it. Like Quicken is one of my favorite spells of all time. You super could put Quicken into this deck and it would be awesome.
Agreed. I think that there are a lot of ways to do it. I think that you're going to see the classic ones. Like, you can play Leyline of Anticipation in here as well. I mean, there's a lot of ways to play at flash speed. But even if you're, like I love your flash creatures thing because it's kind of outside the box. Like, it's different. People think about, like, the burn spells in these colors. For me, I would probably do some kind of, like, instant speed token generating spells if I could do it. It would be hard.
Yeah.
But there's a whole category they have called copy. Yes, you can copy Exsanguinate.
Yeah, and it copies the X value that you cast it with.
X spells have a unique ruling where it says that their value for that like number on the stack is what you've chosen.
Yes.
There are literally 7 spells in their copy tab, which ostensibly are for this. Which, you know, it's kind of cool. And like Azula, Firelord Azula, when you cast a spell on its attack and copy that spell, you choose your target for the copy. You copy the copy spell.
Yes.
And then the copy spell, which is now copied, copies more copies.
Yes.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. I think that's pretty neat.
Extremely great call out from chat. Wizards of Thay in this deck is disgusting.
Yeah, no, that's
because you
true.
can cast it at flash speed, it copies, and then it myriads when
they have
it
it in here?
attacks. I don't think they do.
Oh, there's your first upgrade there, boss.
This is definitely an include. 1,000,000,000% an include. And I keep seeing, again, how do you submit decks? If you are a member or a subscriber, link your account to your Discord. Go to the Discord server, go to the members channel. You'll see a link. You can submit everything there. And we have been adding them as the day goes on, as the stream goes on. So you might be chosen. I think both of the decks that we've reviewed so far have been the ones chosen. I just saw Wizards of Thay made it into the deck list. So good. Yes, I'm stroking my deck right now, as you can see.
Emergent Zone is a great one too if you want to play it in your lands. It's actually colorless that does it too. There's one in Simic. I think you're talking about Alchemist's Refuge Failure, but that doesn't go in here. I think we would be doing a disservice to the audience if we didn't actually say, hey, there's a resident Grixis mage in the room.
That's
Zach,
true.
You've silently analyzed this. What would you give? What would you give on your take? Because you're Mr. Grixis.
I mean, pretty solid deck.
Solid deck.
I feel like Bergie or like Urbrask.
Bergie.
Yeah, Bergie and Urbrask. Both
Pretty
disgusting.
To that degree also, Stormkiln, right?
Stormkill's in.
Yeah, it's in.
Perfect.
I really like that there's so much commitment to the firebending. You literally have both Azulas, Avatar Roku, both Ozai's, Firebending Student, 2 of the Zukos because both of them are doing firebending and fit into the color identity. Very good. I really like that a lot. I think that something that is going to be brushed past unless I say it is that this deck is full of sort of the classic bangers, and maybe we are jaded because when we look at a deck like Azula, we're like, okay, you can play instants during combat, firebending, copy them, haha. But maybe I do creatures, or maybe I do artifacts with this, and like going for that level of sort of separation from, I think, what people expect is fun and interesting, but doing the classics is so good. Like there's nothing wrong with just going and doing like just the ancient stuff. Now, is it less saucy? Is it less hilarious than other stuff? Maybe, but who fucking cares? You're gonna have a great time. This deck is awesome.
What do you think Chromatic Orrery is doing in this deck?
Let's look at it.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you what it does. It's a 7 mana artifact. It's legendary. And says you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Tap, add 5 colors, so you can spend it in any color.
Yep.
And 5, tap, draw a card for each color among permanents you control.
I'll tell you what it's doing. It's turning firebending mana into blue and black and red and colorless mana all at the same time.
That makes sense.
I think that is kind of the main reason for it being in. And also it draws cards, and it makes 5 mana in Grixis, which is kind of really nice.
I'm trying to think if there's another alternative that's not legendary, though, just in case you can find a way to flash it. I can't think of anything that's good for filtering that easily.
I mean, something that I don't see here that could be added is Sauron's Relic, the Sauron...
The Grixis
one? The Grixis stone. That one's really good. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know, it's hard. I'm interested because I see that you're in chat, ChrizCola. If you have any like experiential issues with the deck, I would love to hear them. If like you don't feel like you get to mana fast enough, if you feel like, because here's the thing, if you have to talk down your opponents from thinking that you're the threat, maybe you need some more protection spells for Azula so that no matter what they think of it, you get to keep her and you get to do stuff. I'm interested if you have any stuff like that. Horizon Stone, yeah, maybe that's too slow. Horizon Stone is one of my absolute favorites. It's just that it always ends up being so slow in everything.
And it turns it into a colorless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where my thoughts went as well. But I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything that's quite as good at filtering. I just wish it was not legendary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough because it's like there's like that effect is stapled onto so many other things. Ooh,
Jeweled Amulet. Yeah.
Mycosynth does it, but like through a weird roundabout way that doesn't help you for copying it.
Ooh, why don't we put Chandra's Goggles into this deck? Is it in it?
That's an interesting card.
No, it's not. There's the Chandra mana rock that copies things if you use the mana on it. That's fun. It's sort of like worse Twinning Staff, but kind of better because it makes you a mana. It's very interesting. I want to keep the deck pretty much... I want to keep this deck pretty much like this to keep it a little less consistent. Like, I could put in Game Changers and it stays bracket 3, but that feels boring. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm with you.
I think that's super fair.
Yeah, and I also really like when you build a deck that doesn't include Game Changers because it's really obvious what you would do to upgrade it, right?
Yeah, it's like
every
wow,
deck,
put Rhystic Study
put
in
Rhystic
the deck.
Study, put Jessica. Like,
wow.
Well, hold on a minute. I get to cast Jessica's Will twice. Like, a great combo, but like Drew was saying, that feels like a little more linear, like your first time learning how magic works,
yeah.
like getting it done. Or you want to play at a more higher level, like table. It's pretty obvious I need to slot these 10 Game Changers in to like make my shit a lot better.
Yeah,
Bowmasters does sound fun. Now you're becoming evil on camera. Now you're becoming evil on camera.
You've been caught. Oh, Sakashima in this deck is really cool.
Yeah,
Even though that's a super powerful card, it just makes it so that you spike so incredibly hard. The value is crazy. Chromatic Lantern? I mean, yeah, Chromatic Lantern goes in. If you have a problem with mana, let's look at the land base. Oh, we got 7 basic islands, 7 basic mountains, 6 basic swamps. Very good. And by good, I mean, man, that might feel choking sometimes, but I would bet not all too bad.
Yeah, that's probably all right.
You got like Bloodstained Mire, very good. Blood Crypt, Command Tower, of course. Luxury Suite, Morphic Pool, Polluted Delta. Okay, so it looks like you won't have too much of trouble, fixing your mana at any given point.
I just want to check the sorceries column before we move on.
To submit, you have to be a member or a subscriber, and then link it to your Discord, and then go to the Discord server that we have, go to the members channel, and submit via the link. It's all there. I think that there's a pinned message for anyone who is wondering if there is a pinned message. Yeah. I think they just did it. Nice. Yippee.
What is Epic Downfall doing in this deck? It's just exile target creature with mana value 3 or greater, but it's a sorcery.
That's a good question.
I mean, it's cheap removal, right?
Yeah, I think that could be just it. It could just be that it's cheap removal.
Let me say the thing about this deck is obviously we have the sorcery combo with Vidalcan Orrery or like the High Fae Trickster or whatever where it's Azula in the art. Never mind, you win. You win. Yep, you win. Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
Okay, fair enough. What I was gonna say is this deck's downfall is if you rely too much on sorcery combo and getting the flash enablers out because unfortunately, you can't draw them every game, especially if you're not tutoring for them. And when you have them, it will feel nice. But if you build this deck and you're like, you know what? I'm going to put like every cool sorcery in the deck because I want to copy those, and you don't get your enablers, it's not going to work. I think that all of those choices at sorcery are really smart. You are looking for those enablers to play the end game spells of Crackle of Power, Exsanguinate, even Mizzix's Mastery, Sozin's Comet, Hailfire. All those are things that you're not ready to play right away. And when you draw in your opening hand, if you don't have your enabler, you're like, all right, that's fine. I'm waiting on it anyway. I think that this deck, if you're making it at home, could suffer a lot from those slow spells. Yeah. So all of those are great choices, and including the Epic Downfall. Nice job.
I think that the only thing that I would want to change about this is that there are some cards in here that go for super value. Like, let me look. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me just take a look.
Like financial value or card value or?
Card value. Nah, maybe not. I think that like maybe Variant Voice of Duality is kind of hard, but kind of not really at all. So I would just want to add some more protection for Azula. I would want to add either something that gives her indestructible, or like I don't see either of the boots in here. Like you could put the boots in, I feel, but maybe she doesn't need it. I think the protection is like this deck. I think falls apart once Azula is dead. Yeah. So putting like 3 cards into a category called Protect Azula is probably what I would do to
Swifties are in the deck.
Swifties are in? Okay.
That's good. Am I having like an old man moment? Is there an instant speed copy spell with buyback?
Instant speed copy spell with buyback. Yes.
I think it's red, right?
I would bet that there is, yeah. I mean, we just played one in our most recent box brawl, but it was green.
Reiterate.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking of like what could you possibly like have happen to this deck that would make you a sad boy? It's removal. And I think it would be very funny to copy and copy and copy. But also like this deck, you're gonna end up with a lot of like opponents trying to do stuff in response to you, where I think that you could even bait some really funny interactions. Where like you go to combat, the smart Magic players who've been playing for 10 years are like, yeah, I don't have any effects when you go to combat. And then you declare an attack, and then you try to do like this copy shit, and they play like counter all, they fluster storm the stack.
Yeah.
And you go, man, that would really suck if and then you copy their copy thing. I feel like copy spells are a great include for this kind of deck. That's maybe where I would lean with this.
I think that's good. I really like that. Any final grading on the deck?
It's really good. The deck will win. It will play. I like that you haven't included an infinite number of tutors or game changers. I think that you have a smart idea of the power level you're going with. For me, I looked for a few cards, Vidalcan Orrery, Emergence Zone, like chat was saying, Flash Enablers. They're playing High Fae Trickster, they're playing Ley Line of Anticipation. I'm going to stop yapping. I leave it at a 10. I think you did a great job.
Yeah, I really like, I'm looking more at it now, and there are cards like Deflecting Swan and Redirect Lightning. Those are protection spells that I was literally asking for. Something like Swiftfoot that is more consistent, or not consistent, but persistent, is definitely not bad, but like, maybe you don't even have a problem with people removing Azula. And you include so much awesome Fire Nation everything that it's a 10. It's a 10 for sure.
If you wanted to build this deck at home, the only thing I could see that might even be a little bit of a problem, like Drew was saying earlier, is like the mana base is mostly basics, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with basics. You just might have trouble casting Azula on 4.
Yeah.
Check your mulligans.
Yeah. I think mana is the only thing that might be an issue. All right, I think maybe let's...
On to the next one, please.
Yeah, on to the next. I also want to say, while we're spinning this next wheel, everyone in chat, because I do bits all the time when we do video, but on stream I don't really do bits so much. I think take a moment right now. Just close your eyes. Okay, don't listen to the clapping.
Round of applause.
Take a deep breath for yourself. Take a deep breath. Ah, just hang. Just hang for a second. Give yourself a moment. All right, good moment.
Sushi.
Good moment for yourself.
Sushi.
Oh my god, I had sushi last night.
Huh?
Wait. Hold on.
Oh, it's Eddie Brog. Let's go.
I think we've rated one of Sushi's decks before. I believe
Eddie.
so.
Oh no.
All right. In the submission, it says high 3, low 4. Play creatures, throw them into the trash, get value, do it again. Yeah, classic Jund. Good stuff. Yay! Eddie Brock.
What's this sneak attack doing in here? What's this sneak attack
Nothing
doing in
good.
here? Nothing good. True.
Nothing good.
Interesting. Okay, let me read Eddie Brock. It's a 3-mana 3/3 on its face, and it says when it enters, return target creature with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. 6 mana transform. On the front side, how much does bringing a 1/1 back really matter? We've played like 3 games against Venom at this point.
Yes.
I've seen it happen maybe 1 time.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if that ability never resolves, it doesn't matter because the backside is 6 mana, 5/5 with Menace, Trample, and Haste. Already, what the hell is that? But whenever Venom attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrifice creature's mana value. So, if you have a card like Diamond Weapon, which is a 9 mana 8/8 with reach and can't take combat damage,
Yes.
but it costs 1 less for each permanent card in your graveyard, you're spending, I don't know, maybe 5, 4, 3, 2 mana to play a guy, and then you eat him to draw fucking 9 cards and play a 9-drop. And you're like, well, that's never going to happen, except it does all the time in
Every
this
single game.
In this deck, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find a way to reorganize the cards because
Expand the filters at the top.
deck filters. Oh, expand section. Yes,
Yes,
of course,
yes,
of
yes.
course, of course.
So I'm looking. This kind of deck, Jund, loves the graveyard, and it doesn't care when you like sneak attack is
Yes,
pay 1 mana,
sir.
put a guy, and then they die. Okay, well it doesn't really matter for this deck because Venom's going to eat them anyway and play something for free. I see warp guys with anti-causal visage. I see sneak attack.
Yep.
I see like a few
Bygone
eternalized
Colossus,
guys.
love that.
Yup. Oh, you even have the miracle lifelink guy. That's cool. I like him.
Yeah, and you also have like 12 dinosaurs. Epic. Oh, Goreclaw in the deck tells me everything I need to know, that eventually what you're doing is you're going to swarm the board with a bunch of big monsters that have big sharp teeth, and then you kill everybody.
Okay, let me draw your
Epic
attention
mode.
to a number that is kind of surprising. 39 lands, 41 with MDFCs.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Well, you're never going to miss the land drops. You are always going to hit them, which is good. Very, very good. Now, at what point do you start hitting lands when you really, really don't want to?
Yeah, I'm like, so the mana value of this deck is 4.44, which is hilariously high.
Yeah.
But you're not really playing the high-end spells fairly, right? Because like Shadow of Mortality is in here, which is a 15 drop, but it has a cost reduction, right?
Yeah.
And same thing with that the weapon that I was talking about earlier, right? And like Primeval Protector gets a cost reduction. Like a lot of these high drops that would bring the curve number artificially high, you're never casting fairly.
Yeah.
So it's like 39 plus 2 MDFCs feels like a lot to me. Yes, you want to make sure you hit a land every turn so you can play your Venom. But I don't know. I feel like I might opt for more MDFCs and less regular lands at that point, just to like know that if I draw them later, they're not nothing.
I agree. I think MDFCs are extremely... they serve cunt in this deck in a way that they do in other decks, but not so much. And I want to express that I think that the reason that they succeed with so many lands is because after you get Eddie
trigger,
down,
yeah.
then 1 trigger of Venom, you are going to
filter
draw
anything you want, yeah.
5 cards, and even if 4 of them are lands, 1 of them is going to be a creature, and then you just do it again.
Yep.
Who's going to stop you?
You know what's wild too is like they have such a clear like I'm casting this big fucking commander.
Yep.
Like it's 41 total lands. I include MDFCs in land count. Plus Birds of Paradise, Deathrite Shaman, plus
Delighted
Fanatic of
Halfling.
Ronus, plus Delighted Halfling, plus Ignoble Hierarch. Like they have a full
So
ramp
much.
package in here as well.
Solemn Simulacrum.
Which this is interesting because a lot of their 1-drops are ramp guys, so they can get the value on the front side. But like, man, now we're talking about like 50 plus ramp and lands, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Seems like a lot. Seems like a lot.
I mean, I think it feels like a lot. Oh man, and you have Thought Vessel, and Soul
And
Ring,
Signet,
and Decanter of Endless
and-
Water, and Chromatic Lantern, and Arcane Signet. Yeah. And the Great Henge.
I don't know.
I don't know if you need that much mana.
It's a lot of mana.
Like, even when you are succeeding on the Eddie Brock, I feel like you are giving yourself such a good opportunity to whiff.
Yeah, it's like, It's so close. I wonder, have we seen the deck guy? Have we seen Sushi here in chat? I'm very curious how they feel. 60%. Someone says 19 plus 41. You're very consistent. 60% of the deck. I mean, to be fair, like the cards that they are winning the game with, which are like all of these giant fucking guys, Galta Stampede Tyrant to play, literally any number of these like Junji Midnight Star, Kukusho the Evening Star, Rakdos the Muscle, Gitrog, like there's a bunch of guys that will definitely win the game, right? I don't, like this putting that much mana gives you the backup plan. Just like if somebody turns your Venom into a bug, you're like, well, that fucking sucks. I guess you can still cast them pretty consistently.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would include more things that do stuff at the cost of like probably lands. I would just throw MDFCs in.
Yeah, I love the amount of instants and sorceries in the deck. I don't think that you would have to change that. I would say maybe cutting some of the mana, maybe like an even split of cutting mana creatures and lands. You know, maybe like 4 total of both of those. 2 lands, 2 creatures. Maybe 6 total, 3 creatures, 3 lands, and then adding like 2 MDFCs and then 4 like value adds that deal damage.
Yeah.
Like Warstorm Surge in this deck is gonna absolutely dookie on everything that's around you, and something like that can really, really turn the tide.
Yeah, and the other thing is like chat's making some really good points here. Thought Vessel and Decanter are for infinite hand size.
No, of course.
Super agree.
Keep them.
But like Signet,
Yeah.
it's a good card, but it's not a creature, and you already have so much ramp, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like a good compromise. Is like artifacts, especially that have no other purpose other than to ramp. Probably just put in creatures or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it is kind of funny to say, but like in this deck, I would rather have Llanowar Elves than Arcane Signet.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think that that's very, very fair and very true.
Yeah, although I can see one of the traps you might get into in this deck is I have to put him in because he's a 1-drop and I get 1-drop synergy.
Yeah.
I don't really think you have to pin a lot on that. I think you go, oh, it also works with the commander. That's kind of nice.
I think also you could cut like Deathrite Shaman and Delighted Halfling, and then Fanatic of Veronis kind of fills that space super well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because like Delighted Halfling is probably uncounterable. That's why it's in there. And then Deathrite does stuff from your graveyard, which they're already going to discard a bunch of stuff probably. But like not, it's a really good card. And I love playing in Commander, but I feel like I usually get like 4-ish damage out of it, maybe 6-ish damage, which is a good card, but it's not like, the way you're winning this game is like, I'm playing my whole fucking board. I vaulted everything and everyone's going to kill them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
A surprise all-star in this deck that I want to shout out is Smuggler's Surprise. I think that in this deck specifically, but honestly it could be used in way more decks, it's a spree card that is for 1 green, you can add 2 generic to mill 4 cards, put 2 creatures or lands from the milled cards into your hand. For 5 additional, including 1 green, you can put 2 creatures from your hand onto the battlefield.
I love that card.
Or for just +1, creatures you control with power 4 or greater gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. This card does everything that this deck wants to do. It also does everything that a lot of decks with green want to do. I don't understand why it isn't in everything. It's so good.
Agreed. It's
Really
really
happy
good.
to see it.
Okay, and then I also see you have a birthing ritual in here, which is an X plus 1 effect. I just did a quick search for the converted mana cost. When you're playing birthing effects, granted you only have the 1, you have to be really careful about your mana curve. So like there's 1 2-drop in here, and there's 1 like 5-drop. There's 2 5-drops. There's a bunch of 6s, but there's 1 8. And so if your plan is to like do any amount of this, really consider that you have enough hits at those mana. Because like if you mill or discard this Fanatic of Veronis, you can never go from 1 to 3 again.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like I think that's probably not the main point of the deck, right? And you do have a little bit of recursion here. Like there's an Animate Dead. Just something to keep an eye out for.
Yep. I mean, overall, I really, really like the deck. But to me, the standout is the mana. And we've been talking about it for forever.
Yep.
So I'm not going to beat the dead horse. But that is like the biggest thing holding me back from just being like, this is a Giga 10.
Yeah. I'm going to give this, I'll rate this first. I'm the graveyard do nothing guy. I would give this probably an 8.5. I think there's a lot of smart choices. But for you specifically, you're playing Nature's Lore, you're playing Farseek, you're playing Cultivate, you're playing Arcane Signet. And those sorceries and instants and those like artifacts that have no other use other than to generate you mana aren't really playing into your strategy. you would love to play any amount of creatures that do it because you can, one, get them back, and two, eat them.
Yeah.
You very smartly are playing Great Henge and Skullspore Nexus, which is artificial power inflators and artificial power doublers.
Yep.
I know they're 1/1s, but if you have a Great Henge and a Skullspore, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, and that's at least value.
Yeah.
So consider playing more creatures in those slots, is what I'd say.
As the card draw guy, I think that this deck is going to draw you a bazillion cards.
You will do the thing.
The problem is going to be, one, again, mana, but two, actually getting to the killing point, because even though these are big things, you want them to be as big as, imaginably possible. And adding something, isn't there a Jund or a Golgari dragon that puts 1/1 counters on things when things die?
Oh, there's definitely a Jund guy. It's he's like a bug shaman.
Yeah. But something like that really benefits. I'm sure that there are other Jund legendaries that do things when your creatures die that I think are probably worth adding and would fit the sort of big guy archetype that you need. But man, I would be so happy to play
It's
this
so
just
good.
because
Hold on, let
you
me find
draw so many cards.
Let's get a
Oops,
dragon.
I just closed it all.
It's so good.
Oh,
Let
I
me find it.
missed-
Where is it, you
Oh,
bastard?
Rise of the Dark Realms and Behold the Sinister Six. That's freaking epic, bro. Yeah, I think that I'm going to sit around, 8.5. I think you kind of nailed it.
Yeah, but I want to nail this one creature that does. It's like whenever anyone sacrifices anything, put a 1/1 counter on
exactly.
everything. It's such a good
super
include.
good.
And it's like, I don't even think that many people play it. I don't think that many people like it. It's definitely a multicolor. Where is it? Mazarek, I believe. Yes. It's a 5-minute 2/2 with flying. That's why you probably thought it was a dragon.
Yeah.
It is an insect shaman. It says whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. That is a pretty awesome include for a deck like this.
But I just am so happy that they printed such a good Jund commander.
Yeah.
I love this guy so much.
And it gives such a great
Hey, yo,
home.
what up, twin?
Their choices, it gives such a good home to like I said, Shadow Mortality, the 15 drop.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to play that in that many decks.
Sign
right?
of Draco.
Yeah, no, Sign of Draco.
So
this,
good.
they have smartly chosen a lot of the top end that I think goes perfect in this deck.
Yes.
So it's good job there.
Next. Let's go. To submit decks, it should be pinned.
Yes,
in
but
whatever tab
they're
you're
asking
on.
about which websites are okay. As long as we can pull it up on stream, it's fine.
Anything.
Yeah.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Eddie Brock was that commander.
There's no deck submission channel, it's the members channel.
Yes, members channel. Look at announcements. I gave you step by step there.
Pyrofox 1313,
Whoa!
also a new one.
Wow, it's all noobs.
Do you think that they're
We're so happy.
13 years old, or do you think they were?
I think that they were born in 1313. a year.
They're 1,000 years old.
This is a power level 4 storm deck that should win through Brain Freeze or Grape Shot.
Oh,
Let's go.
Did you see the commanders?
Father and son? What is this?
Oh, let's go. I'll wait for you to see it.
Oh, nice.
I haven't seen a
Wow.
deck with this yet.
Kratos and Atreus. That's so good. Kratos, Stoic Father, is a 4-mana 4/4. He says, whenever you attack with one or more gods, and whenever a god dies, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your end step, put a number of 1/1 counters on target creature equal to the number of experience counters you have. You can partner Father and Son with Atreus, Impulsive Son. He's a 2/4 for 3 with reach, and you can pay 3, tap him, draw a card for each experience counter you have, then discard a card. Atreus deals 2 damage to each opponent. Wow.
Okay, so it's pump for experience counters, and it's draw for experience counters, which is really cool. And it does damage, but the damage doesn't scale. So how we get experience counters in this deck is attacking with gods or gods dying, which is
Yeah.
cool. So there's so much. It does literally everything, right? Except like healing, I guess. And they are in chat. They're Manga Master 13. They said that they can't figure
Yo,
it out.
excellent.
Where would you go with these partners? Where would you go? Because we have Jeskai, draw cards, attacking, sacking.
I mean, there's so many different things you
Yeah.
can do. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I mean, personally, I think maybe I would try to make this Jeskai deck into a Golgari deck where I'm sacrificing creatures and then drawing a bunch of cards.
You'd have to. They have to be gods, like which makes it
Yeah.
harder. But it's not impossible, especially because there is white recursion, right?
Of course.
It would be so cool to try to do that. I agree. I don't know. To me, like I would probably jank this out and try to do like non-legendary copies. 'Cause-
Wow.
Or even legendary copies, right? Like
Yeah.
if you copy a god,
'Cause
and
it just dies.
One dies right away, right? And you get an experience counter. That actually might be funny.
I am just looking at this list, and
There are cards in the list.
there are cards in this list.
Well,
this is on the brink of looking like a CEDH deck, except for like a lot of the creature bulk is just like, hey, this is a god, and it's like, yay, nice.
Yeah, and like there are good small, like smart, solid choices like Thrumming Bird, which is when it does combat damage, you proliferate, which is really cool.
Yes.
That I don't know if CDH runs a bunch of those, like has to hit for a turn, has 1 toughness, and then has to attack.
I mean, sometimes when their effect is really, really strong, but yeah, it's not super duper common.
Fair enough. I like the deck a lot. They're aiming at a power level 4, so they really want to win. And when you really want to win and you have your deck list in front of you and you scroll down and you see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 game changers, I think you're headed in the right direction.
Yep. Wow. Just looking at the deck, wow.
Yeah.
Mind's Desire. 6 mana, shuffle your library, exile the top card. You can play it without paying its mana cost, Storm.
Yeah, it's a very slow to
brutal
resolve.
looking.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, look, Underworld Breach, Rhystic Study, Teferi's Protection, the 1 ring to draw cards, fast mana, I see a Chrome Mox, a Mana Vault. They do have a lot. Now, I saw in chat they could have more counter spells. I haven't looked at the interaction yet. Have you?
I have looked. There's definitely some. They have Offer You Can't Refuse. They have like Deflecting Swat, Force of Will, Fierce
Mana Drain.
Guardianship, Mana Drain. They do have some. I would not say that they have like a CEDH amount, but honestly, I would say that they have enough to protect
In
like the
bracket
key
4?
pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're playing 4, you know.
This is interesting. I'm trying to see if it's in here. I feel like this deck, Sink into Stupor, like we put in every fucking deck of all time.
Oh, the reason that they are not playing so many gods. They're playing some, but they're also playing, you know, all the proliferate cards because you just do it once with the commander and then you fucking don't need it anymore.
Exactly. Their plan is to
proliferate.
not interact with the mechanic
Yeah.
after the starter. Like that one stupid like March of Machines, like Infect, like Dimir deck, which was like, I just need 1 card that says poison counter and then you die. Yeah. Which I think is a very funny way to play this too. I like these commanders a lot. They're really flexible. I think this is obviously a strong deck.
Yeah.
I like card choice for this. Our like balancing act is like more of the counter spells, add more forces, add more free stuff, and like get the cheap stuff down early, and like the opponent casting spell punish cards like your Mystic Remoras, your Esper Sentinels, those kinds of things. Then you're leaning towards even more CDH, but like obviously you're not aiming for it here. Where it is right now, I like the power level. I think it's a really good deck. And I think that if you sat down to play this and your opponents heard, this is a really strong deck, not like a really strong 3, a really strong deck, this is exactly what I would expect to see. So I think you nailed that.
Yeah, if you were like, this is a strong 4 that focuses on Storm as a combo ender, it would be like, oh, I know literally exactly what's happening. And like, if I don't have a deck that matches up against this, I would say, hey, I don't have a deck that matches up against this. And if they were like, okay, just sit down and play anyway, I would be like, oh, I would probably just go find another table. But if you have a strong 4, like this is iconic. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like. I will say, now, if you are trying to boost just quality of the deck, and if you're not shying away from CEDH as sort of a possibility, the one thing that I would look at in this deck, and one of the things that makes or breaks CDH decks in general, is mana base. And you have 36 lands, and you have sort of all of the staple fast mana cards. Well, not all of them, but most of the staple fast mana cards. I would say you could probably slim down your lands. Which, this is the 2nd deck in a row of cutting lands, which is kind of weird. But in a deck this strong and this fast, you kind of don't really need 36. You can go anywhere down to like 32, sometimes even 30 based on like curve. I guess your commanders cost over 2 mana, which makes it kind of, you know, strange. But yeah, like you could if you were trying to make it more powerful as the goal.
Yeah, I'll start with the 2 lands that I would cut, probably Path of Ancestry and Evolving Wilds.
Yep.
I was looking at your like color distribution, and you've done a great job of spreading out the pips that you would get. You have 31% in blue, 25% in white, and 26% in red, with 18% colorless.
Yes.
I think that number ascribes to the fetch lands as well. So I think that's skewed incorrectly, because when you play, you know, a fetch land for blue-white, you go get a blue or white pip that counts.
Yeah.
Those 2 lands specifically are slow, and I think don't help you. Like, yeah, Evolving Wilds color fixes, and so does Path of Ancestry, and the Scry is nice, but it feels like at this level, taking a turn off to play either of those lands is really doing you a disservice.
Yeah.
If you really need the fixing, play Prismatic Vista, right? Like that lets you get a basic or whatever.
Yeah, City of Brass also fits there too.
Yeah.
I would even say, depending on if you are trying to be super strong or whatever, Karn's Bastion almost feels like bait, because if you're spending 4 mana for 1 proliferate, shit looks bad already, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like things are not super awesome.
Well, so that's a good point. In a world where you have infinite mana, or functionally infinite, with nothing to do with it.
That's fair.
Like, let's say that you keep up 10 mana as you go around the board, which seems absurd in this deck. It seems like a proactive deck. I want to be doing something. Then, yeah, Karn's Bastion feels good. But with this deck specifically, I think that you're probably not, it's a combo Storm deck. You're probably setting up an engine every turn, maybe leaving 1, 2, or 3 mana.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you'll get a Karn's Bastion trigger in here. It's tight. I think that comes with like testing the actual deck, and they've even said they're looking at ordering City of Brass and Mana Confluence. Great. Wasn't there another 5-color fixer in a recent set? I'm trying to think. That was like cheaper.
I don't know, but while you're searching for that, I want to highlight something. Ripples of Potential is a 2-mana instant proliferate. Choose any number of permanents you control that had counters put on them in this way. Those permanents phase out. That's a really, really cool, very niche tech card.
I like that card a lot.
That's awesome. I have never seen that.
Starting Town. Do they have that?
Starting Town. Yeah, Starting Town's really good. Very, very good.
Let's see.
No Starting Town.
No Starting Town. Starting Town rules. It's great. It does what you want in the beginning of the game, and it gets you there for sure. What is Urza's Saga doing in this deck? What is it finding?
It's
Soul
Soul
Ring? Or a Mox?
Soul Ring.
Or
Mana Ball?
Walking Ballista.
Well,
no.
it puts on the battlefield.
Yeah. Well, onto the battlefield, into the graveyard, and then maybe shenanigans, but probably not.
Well, at a minimum, it's Soul Ring, it's Chrome Mox, it's Mana Ball. It's just fast mana. I think that's fine.
It's good. It's good.
Cool.
Lotus Petal.
I like the deck a lot. Like our only critique being like sharpen up the mana base, which they already have talked about, and then maybe running less and getting more powerful there. And like honestly, building a really good bracket 4 deck might be one of the hardest deck building challenges. It's really easy to just play cards you have and kind of slough into like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Putting it in 4 is such a called shot, because like you can definitely overshoot and end up like infiniting on turn 2 in like a casual game and being like, my bad, sorry. Yeah, exactly, like someone saying dramatic reversal infinite with all that. Yeah. That feels like, that exact thing right there feels more like, no, I'm going to win as fast as possible in a bracket 5 and not give a shit.
Yeah.
So I think that wouldn't even fit, and maybe the deck author could correct me if you want. I think they hit the power level mark exactly right.
Yeah.
I feel like you're in white.
I really, really like it.
I feel like being in white, you could have more access to like Grand Abolisher type effects.
Like Silence.
Yeah, Silence, Grand Abolisher.
Even like Ranger Captain of Eos, if you are really going for power and you are really going for like protection on someone's turn.
Do you guys think that those are, if he added a bunch of those like white prison Staxy cards like Dranith, like do you think we're pushing to CDH at that point?
If you put Dranith in the deck, you are pushed to CDH in my mind.
What about Grand Abolisher? Is that up there as well?
It's close. It's very close. I would say yeah.
I feel like this is probably on the lower end of power for bracket 4, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Because I feel like you don't have enough protection pieces where, like, if they hit, like, breach, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think that is very true. I think the idea of, like, I don't have enough protection pieces is, like, exactly on the money. Like, that is what would make the difference.
Chat earlier was saying that they should add more counterspells. I think all that advice goes together, which is that you need a plan to defend yourself. I think that they have a good amount of interaction, but I think that it's kind of spread, right? Like I'm seeing your Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile. There are definitely counterspells and some removal. It feels like the fair version as opposed to like what these guys are saying, which is like the mounting, like like protection that is unsurmountable for your opponents, which would definitely, I think, be a stronger angle to take.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to take a moment to thank Gooning Live for the Prime sub. Thank you, Gooning Live.
Wait.
I really appreciate
Their
that.
first time chat was not even proactive. It was a response to someone else saying Gooning Live is a crazy name, and they said, I know what I'm about.
Thank you, Gooning Live.
Chat, be yourselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Tango Dual Lands, the one that checks for if you control basics.
Yeah.
You could cut those easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm sure that maybe not all the time, but there's like once every 7 games you're laying one of them down on turn 3 and you don't have a basic.
Yep.
Maybe even more frequently. Yeah.
Agreed. But other than that, I think very smart choices for game enders, very smart choices for interaction and draw. And,
Yep.
and this deck can go so wide with its mechanics. I think you've done a good job of kind of narrowing it down.
I definitely think, though, that changing the mana base is worth, and definitely adding protection pieces like Zach said is worth doing.
Yep.
So I think I would sit around an 8 for this deck.
Yeah. For me, with those points, it kind of depends on your table and meta, too. Zach says this is on the lower end of 4.
Yes, depending on the table.
He's played more 4 than me, so I would trust his advice. I'd say this is a very fine 4, but really it depends on their table, I think.
Yeah. I don't know how often Mangara the Diplomat is ever going to trigger.
Yeah. I feel like that might be a meta choice, right? Like if my opponent is playing Kranko,
Like at the home table.
like I want a 2/4 with lifelink that punishes them for attacking me with a bunch
Pretty
of
good.
goblins. Feels like a card that I would do just to slow them down a turn.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
I think 9.5. 9.5.
I think this is a good deck
Yeah.
and would be awesome to pilot.
Yeah. With a slight upgrade of being drop the Evolving Wilds and sharpen up the mana a little. Play
I'm-
Sink It is Stupid. That card's fucking stupid.
Yeah, Singing to Stupor is disgusting and definitely... It even goes into lots of CDH decks, even though it's so expensive.
I'm disappointed the card exists because I must play it.
Yeah.
It has become my new Soul Ring, I think.
Yeah. There's so many like decks that we've reviewed. At this point, I would say that we are maybe approaching like 70 decks, or maybe less, of just reviewing them. And we so often say it's either a 10 or like an 8, change this, but I really like it, I would love to pilot
Yeah.
it. Magic the Gathering is a fun game. We would love to pilot almost any deck.
Yeah, true.
There's like 1 or 2 decks that we've ever had that we're like, this is garbage trash. Like, remember the mono black orc deck?
Oh, of course. How could I forget that? It was just their collection.
It was literally just like 60 cards from the collection and 40 swamps, and it was like, oh no. Oh no.
What do we got?
I hope one day to see that deck return.
CAD.
CAD.
CAD?
Newer submission as well.
Oh. Power level 2 or 3, create a million tokens to chip forever. I think
Yes.
a million tokens chipping is kind
I
of
love
terrible.
a million
Oh,
tokens.
it's Purphoros. I see. I see. Yeah, Purphoros. Purphoros, 4 mana, red, 6/5. Pretty good, indestructible,
Yeah.
even better. But not a creature as long as your devotion to red is less than 5. Well, that sucks. What else do we get? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Purphoros deals 2 damage to each opponent, and a lame effect that never gets used. 3
Yes.
mana, creatures you control get 1/0 until end of turn.
Yes.
Have you played against this commander before?
I have, I think, exactly once.
It's
Yeah.
so memorable
It is such a
experience.
classic to do bracket 2 Purphoros.
Yeah,
like,
bracket
that
2.
is such an absolute banger classic. Hey, Kaz, welcome.
hello.
We're happy to see you.
Yeah, that's really fucking funny. Okay, where's your go-to with this?
My go-to?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking is that I play Purphoros in the command zone, but it's actually a goblin deck because goblins do the Purphoros thing the best and the easiest.
Crank goes in the deck.
Yeah, this is a goblin deck. Hey guys, can you believe it? Goblin Matron, Cranko Mob Boss, Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker,
There's
Muxus
baby.
Goblin Grandee. This is not a 2. I'm so sorry, Cad. You are wrong. This is not a 2. I apologize
There's
to
a
you.
deflecting swat. Sorry, Zach, what were you saying?
I was just saying bracket 2.
Yeah, bracket
Yeah.
2, bracket 2, bracket
This
2.
Real
is
recruiter.
this is at least a 3, probably a 4. Honestly.
But there's such cool fucking cards in here, dude. Anax Hardened in the Forge. You guys play that card often? It's the like devotion matters for my power card, but this
There's
one
Gamble
says
in the deck.
Gamble is in the deck. This one says whenever Anax or another non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 red satyr with this creature can't block. But if it had 4 power or greater, you make 2 instead. It's such a cool like niche off-brand red token maker that I love, but it's like in this deck, it's like these are just grenades. They just explode.
Ryan,
Yes, hi.
chat,
What? What do we do?
chat. I need you to do some sleuthing on the deck.
The red player.
I need you to do some sleuthing on the deck. There is one card in this deck that immediately tells me that this could not be a 2. There is one. One card. There is one card I would never put in any deck below level 4. There is one card. I need you to go and find it. I think Zach found it. Zach, what's the first letter of the first word?
I think it's C.
No.
No.
It's a different one.
Oh.
What card are you thinking?
Oh, I would have said C
is
as
it
well.
a B?
It is B. What is the
it
card that you were
perhaps
thinking?
Blood Moon? I was thinking Cloudstone Curio.
Cloudstone
Cloudstone
yeah.
Curio definitely does it. Blood Moon? For sure!
Oh,
What
yeah,
the fuck are you
pretty
talking
cool.
about? This is a bracket 2. Brother, come on! Be so for real with us right now. There's
pretty
no
funny.
way! Blood Moon!
Look.
Come on!
He did say he didn't know how power level works. So,
Yeah.
you know, fair.
Okay.
Okay, the comment that made me laugh earlier was red players can't count higher than 2.
Yeah,
I have met some red players who I think that applies to. I agree. But in this case, they just want fair magic. If they have to play mono red, so does everybody.
Holy shit, there's 40 lands in the
38
deck.
mountains. All right, never mind. It's a 2.
This is awesome, dude.
I love you.
40 lands?
Okay, there are some rough spots, and we absolutely think that you can sharpen them up. 40 is a little bit much.
Let's bring you up to speed. Okay, hold on. Are you in chat?
but-
You are in
they
chat.
are in
You
chat,
talk.
yes.
Cad, this is not. I'm not trying to dunk on you. I love this deck because everybody needs Purphoros. Everyone needs to experience Purphoros in their life. I need to.
Up front, this is a good deck.
Yes, this is
It's a good deck.
And I think it's well constructed. I have a question.
Yeah.
And this isn't. I don't want this to feel any type of way. How long have you been playing Magic the Gathering?
Yeah.
Because that will grant a lot of context to me and to Ryan for how we should address the deck. Because there's always a chance that you put 40 lands into the deck because of a very specific reason that we just don't know. But I don't know that until I have the answer to that question. I really like the deck. I really like the things that you are doing, but it's something that I need to know very soon. I need to know as soon as
And while they're
possible.
cooking on that answer, I've seen it a few times.
Yep.
How do you submit a deck? I've subbed and everything. Please go to our Discord. You can look at announcements because it explains it there. There's a post. But in the members channel, or it's called, I think it's called members chat, but it's also for Twitch subscribers as well. There's
Yes.
a pinned form. We are live updating the wheel between spins. So there you go. Let's see.
Played with some beginner decks in 2017. Haven't
Okay.
touched Magic till early this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was kind of what I was feeling. Was not a new player by any means, but definitely sort of finding the vibe of deck building.
You know what's
around
interesting?
now.
2017 was before, I think, most of the good commonly played MDFCs. So in the time since you've played, Magic has printed a bunch of weird cards. Like I even played one in a game yesterday, like Valakut's Awakening, or Kazul's
Yes.
Fury or whatever,
Yep.
that are cards with good stuff on the front, but honestly, financially pretty not that expensive, with also lands on the back. So
Yeah.
a lot of our decks that we see these days have like lands removed for those choices because if you really need them, you can play them as lands. And if not, then you can actually do something, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry, you're gonna say.
So something that I want to say is that you have 40 lands in this deck. You are playing like 90% goblins and Purphoros. You could have 30 lands in this deck and 10 more gas cards. You are also playing Fire Diamond, which is a little slow.
yeah, that one's bad.
You are playing Portal to Phyrexia, which I don't think is something that is necessary, but probably is hilarious when you play it, and people are like, why the fuck is Portal to Phyrexia in the deck?
It grants you a trigger every turn.
That's true. It's not bad.
Yeah,
It's definitely not bad.
I agree. It's definitely not like, if I was building the slim combo in this deck, it's not what I would include. I think it's great for a bracket 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Now, we got to talk about Cloudstone Curio.
Yes.
Cloudstone Curio is a 3-mana artifact. It says, whenever a non-artifact permanent comes into play under your control, so no bouncing your moxes, you may return another permanent you control that shares a permanent type with it to its owner's hand. This is never played fairly. It's only played proactively, where you play, like if you're playing like creatures or whatever, you reduce the cost of them down to as little as you can,
Yep.
or get something that gives you a mana by casting
And then
it.
you go,
You play one guy, you pick up another guy, and then you do the Cloudstone Curio thing where it looks like you're shaking your maracas, you cast an infinite number of people, and then
Yes.
your opponents die. Now, you, I think, are probably playing this fairly with just probably Beetleback Chief to play more guys that make goblins. And in this deck, I think it's probably an okay power level because I don't really see that many cost reducers. I don't really see that many ways to go infinite with it.
That's fair.
But
Very fair.
when you get a Panharmonicon and a Cloudstone Curio, which is already a 7 mana investment, and then you play a 4-drop that makes guys, which we're now at 11 mana,
Yep.
you should make a bunch of guys with that. I think it's very fine.
Yeah.
When people see that card come out, they'll probably poop all over your Cheerios because they think that you're going to kill them instantly.
Yes. You are playing Blood Moon in the deck, and you are also playing a bunch of goblins and Purphoros. I'm going to give you all of the advice that you possibly need in this entire deck. So listen very, very closely. You can safely remove the Fire Crystal. I know that it gives you haste. I know it's probably pretty fun, but it's not something you need if you were trying to slim up. You do not need Fire Diamond. It is too slow. You do not need Thran Dynamo. It is too slow. You do not need 40 lands. You could probably go down to 30, but maybe stay safer around 32 or 33. You could add more damage doublers if you wanted. That would be insanity, but you could do it. You could add more goblins. You could add more instants and sorceries that blow shit up, or Tybalt's Trickery, Deflecting Swat, shit that, I know you have Deflecting Swat in the deck, but stuff to protect your key combo pieces. As a power level 2 deck, this fails. This is a 1. It is almost a 0. As a power level 3 or 4 deck, this is like a 10. This is such an awesome deck. I love this deck so much. But holy shit, if you say, yeah, I'm playing around a 2, everyone is going to crash their car into the LGS after playing against you.
He did say 2/3. This is a 3. You're playing a 3.
You're playing a 3 to 4 in my opinion.
I would keep the crystal, the fire crystal, and just take out more lands, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I would try to find ways like those MDFCs to filter more cards so you could see more cards. Because honestly, the worst part of mono red is the game where you have to draw one card and hope that it does something and pass the turn.
Yeah.
Look into colorless lands too, like War Room, great card to try and draw some cards. Even like Arch of Erasco, which is not the best, but it's cheap as hell. No one cares about that. To try and see more cards because you do have all the tools for a good win in here. You just got to see them.
Can you imagine the absolute nut-busting pleasure of playing Descent of Dragons after you've created 60 goblins?
Dude. And he has Hellion Eruption.
Shit. This is so sick. This is so cool. I love this deck. It's not a 2. But this is an awesome deck. I love this. Everyone needs to experience a Purphoros deck like this.
If you look at Moxfield's assessment of the bracket system, it says 4, but it pins 4 on Gamble and Blood Moon.
Yeah.
And he's right.
That's true. You could, I think maybe reasonably 3.
I think 3 is right. Blood Moon is a really good card. I think you just have to ask yourself if that's the game you want to play.
Blood Moon's crazy. Fuck playing in bracket 3. Put Admiral Zhao into the deck and make it a solid 4.
Admiral Zhao is very funny. Yeah, you know what? Actually, you should just play Red Prison. Put all the stack pieces in here, put Mana Barbs in here, put War Stole in here.
So the reason that I switched up in my thinking of this isn't a 4, this is probably a 3, if you put this deck in a game against the last deck, this deck has no chance.
No chance,
it gets swamped by turn 5.
Yep.
But you could make this a 4. This could hang at a 4 table, but against the last deck, it does not. This is probably a 3.
I really like this power level. Go ahead, Zach.
I think what locks this out of being a 4 is that there's no way to generate infinite mana or untap Kiki Jiki or Krenko.
Yep.
1,000,000,000% you are correct.
If it had those things, then definitely could hang with 4s.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You could also just switch Purphoros, put him into the deck, and put Krenko as the commander, and this shit fucking rocks every table that you sit at.
It probably depends on where you're going to play this, but like Zach was saying, Bergie, when you cast a spell, generate a red, and I see a bunch of cards in here that are around 2 mana with that Fire Crystal.
Yeah.
That's literally infinite. You can make infinite mana with Cloudstone Curio and bounce all your shit together. And I also agree with his assessment. You're not hanging with the last deck. That deck is going to poop all over you on the stack.
Yeah.
I think you just kind of need to decide if this is the power level you want. We think you've done a great job, but there are easy ways to power up or power down. Take out the Blood Moon to go down, or add more Blood Moons to go up. I mean, it's
the Blood Moon meter is definitely something that you could use.
What do you think? For considering they said 2/3, I think they kind of understood. I'm going to pretend they said 3.
Yeah.
At 3, what do you think?
At 3, this is almost a 10. I'm going to say 9/5 just because of 40 lands. You definitely need to shave that. But this is fucking epic. I love this
Yeah,
deck.
it's a great deck. I'm going to go 9. I think you need to cut the lands, but I also think you need to filter. So Valakut's Awakening is perfect
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah,
Add colorless utility lands. There are definitely lands that will do the job that cost under $1 for sure. Just check those out.
Yeah.
But conceptually, you've done a great job building this deck.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this. Yeah, the power level is 2 plus the number of blood moons.
Zach, what's the meanest card that you would add to this deck?
Oh God.
Zach's mean. Everyone, the first issue of Zach's mean card corner.
Yay!
What would you add if you were adding a mean card to this?
I mean, just another. What's the Magus of the Moon?
Yeah, you just add Mages to the
Just
Moon,
another.
right. Just another
Blood
blood
Moon
Add another
effect.
blood moon.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
of course.
Who's the new one from Avatar?
Zhao.
Admiral Zhao.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moon
That's the
Slayer.
one I brought up.
Moonslayer.
All right, just add 5 more blood moons to the deck.
You're all good. You are all good.
Imagine you see your opponent resolve a turn 1 gamble, and then they discard Blood Moon because they tried to get it on you.
Yeah.
God, oh, Winter Orb, sure, yeah, fun stuff.
It's so funny to me to see Caged Sun in the deck because I'm like, you have 40 lands and you still need Caged Sun.
Well, they're trying to play fair play, guys. So I get where they're coming with that.
I guess.
By the way, just play Arcane Signet instead of Fire Diamond for sure.
Yeah.
All right,
For
cool.
sure.
Cool. Let's
sure.
rip another bad boy.
Spinning it up.
Unless you just want to show off that epic Fire Diamond art, which
Yeah.
honestly,
Good point.
based. Very based.
Woo!
Dirtillage?
Who?
Dirtillage? I think I.
Oh, DT.
Yeah.
DERT1.
Ooh.
D-
OBS Studio disconnected. Are we still streaming?
I see chats coming in.
Are we still up, guys?
Uh-oh.
Do you still see us?
Hello?
OBS Studio reconnection successful.
Oh,
Thank you. Windows.
Hello?
hello?
Are we
good?
back?
Bueller? Yes, I see you. We still here.
Yay!
Okay, well,
That was weird.
that is weird. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is a link that says power level, I don't know, maybe 6, maybe bracket 3. It should get a ton of it should get a ton of Space Marines on board. Couldn't decide which to send of these, this one. And then they link a second deck if they want.
Okay, well, let's just, before we jump into the first one, if you submit multiple decks, which this one has done in a smart way, we only ever give you one roll, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's just a link to their Architect and all their decks.
Oh, I see. I see.
6, 8, 1, 1. Maybe they meant the newest one?
This is interesting to me.
There's just like a
So-
game thing. Let's do Chulane.
Yeah, this is a Chulane Teller of Tales deck. And,
Space Marines?
and they said Space Marines, but
I don't see any space.
I see Aang. I see the African Swallow from the Monty Python movie.
Well,
I
it
see
can make
Samwise.
Space Marine tokens.
Yeah.
So
They have a few squad guys.
Something.
Yeah, Space Marine Devastator. So is the goal to just max out the squad? Maybe that's it. Let's look at
Rift
enchantments.
Sweeper.
Aura shards.
man.
Very fun.
What the heck are you doing?
Hey,
Rift
Ryan?
Sweeper? Yeah.
I'm very confused right now.
All right, I see
Four.
O'Hare talk, right? And they have squad guys, and they have Space Marines and make tokens. So there's kind of a plan there.
Yeah?
What is Rift Sweeper doing in this deck? You know what that card does?
No.
Rift Sweeper is a 2-mana 2/2. It says when it enters the battlefield, choose target face-up exiled card. It's shuffled into its owner's library. What are you doing with that?
there's also Pull from Eternity.
Okay, right. What does Pull for Eternity do, Zach?
Pretty much the same thing.
What is that doing in here?
You have Displacer Kitten, which does not synergize with your Space Marines. Karametra. That does? Nope.
It's
Whenever
ramp.
you cast a creature spell. So that doesn't synergize either.
Well, he's going to be trying to cast creatures because Chulane is I don't know
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
actually said.
Yeah.
5 mana, 2/4 vigilance, weird stats. But whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, and then you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. And for 3 mana, return target creature you control to its owner's hand and tap. So you can pick up your guys and play them again.
Yeah.
So ETBs are good. And technically a lot of stuff that we've said is an ETB. But what is it doing in here?
This
Oh,
is
good.
such an odd deck.
Aura shards.
Or
table is pretty high power
Glad to see
ramp.
that card.
This is interesting.
If you squint, anything can be a Space Marine. All right.
My stuff gets removed. Okay, so it's a defensive play for Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile. That is such obvious meta silver bullet, but kind of a smart choice if that's true. Like if you're playing against a lot of people who are playing like, I don't even know, Jeskai Interaction, they're playing all of the Exile stuff, right?
Yes.
I guess that makes sense. In its worst case in this deck, it's just a 2 mana, play a guy, draw a card, maybe play a land.
Why is Uro in the deck?
No, that's good.
Why?
Because it's draw a card, gain life, play lands, and he already has draw a card on cast on his commander, and when you
Play
play
land?
this, yeah.
That's true.
That one I think makes sense. That's like a
Okay.
instead of cultivate. That's what that is.
I love White Mane Lion.
White
That makes
is
me
awesome.
so happy.
Wait.
Why did you put Concordant Crossroads in?
That's
I think I do need to play it to understand. These cards seem nearly, not literally, but nearly completely random. Except for all the cards that have the word squad on them.
You know what's kind of cool about this though? Take all the text off all the creatures except Chulane. That still wins the game
Well, yeah.
because it's Chulane.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's your choice as the Chulane commander deck builder
Plays beautiful.
to just put whatever works in your current meta in the deck and call it a day.
I feel like I'm looking at a scrambled Rubik's Cube. I don't. My brain is having so much difficulty attaching to this.
There's a lot of Ryan tech in here. Like Niambi is just White Mane Lion, but you gain life. They're so clearly, there's like a straight line between A and B. They have resolved to go to Q before B.
Yes, that is what
Yeah.
it feels like.
And I love decks like that. Now the question is, how do you actually win with this? Is it just
airbending with squad? So airbending creates an alternative casting cost. So you can still pay for squad. Thank you for bringing that up. That's really cool.
because squad is an
Oh.
additional cost,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
That is so funny. They have like recruiter and like some smart tutor choices. This is there's a defense of the heart. This is really interesting.
Vanquish the Horde is funny.
The toughest part of this deck is going to be finding a card that makes the guys.
Time Wipe's really
You
funny.
find a squad thing, and then I think all these other weird engine cards, it's off to the races. What are you having a moment?
I'm
over
just so okay. So if squad is the goal,
there? Right.
where is the thing that is going to give me fuckloads of mana?
Chulane.
Put a food chain in the deck. Fuck it.
Chulane.
You play lands with Chulane.
Chulane gives me lands.
Yep.
But I want like Heartbeat of Spring.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
You know? I
Yeah.
want like Nyx Plume Ancient.
They're playing this fairly with Chulane, where
A
they
lot
get
of
to.
Honor Marines and Concordant.
Ryan understands it. That's
Okay.
because you're playing do nothing garbage, and boy, do I
I mean, it
understand
is
that.
literally A to
I
Q.
love that, dude.
I do see that. It's just, I want, my brain, I come from programming. My brain
Yep.
wants to create the A to B to C to D to E
Yep.
to F to G to H. And that's why I feel like a fax machine living in 2026.
This is the epitome of Simic do nothing. It's the epitome.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: there is Soul Warden, there's Essence Warden, right? Like those cards that give you life when they come in.
Okay, whoa.
Yeah, go on.
I had the breakthrough.
All right.
Do you know the meme of the Wojaks standing at the bell curve? This is the Wojaks of the bell curve, where the starting point was just play big creatures, smile.
Yep.
And then the high point was there's so many different moving parts, I have to get the synergy cooking. And then at the bottom of the bell curve, at the far expert, it's just play big creatures. That's what this is. You are just playing a deck that slams creatures and is going to win. And it just took my brain so many tries to see it because I was seeing blink and back to hand and mana stuff and kind of token doubling, but only once, and cards that I'd never heard of before, like Rift Sweeper, and you got Samwise from the fucking Lord of the Rings set in, but then it settles into my brain of like, I'm just gonna have all of my lands from my deck onto the battlefield and cast a guy for squad and then bring him back to my hand and do it again.
Yeah.
Like, it's just gonna be a bunch of fucking idiot creatures. I love this. This is so sick.
He says, "I'm green inside," which is so good.
This is awesome.
This is just creature cast value with
Yeah.
like 8 more steps.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And then you have like Stonecloaker and all the shit of like get it back from my graveyard. This is epic.
this is the definition of a 3, I think, though. It's very
Concordant
clear.
Crossroads is still gonna confuse me because there's no reason to just give everybody haste. Like, I feel like you could give just your creatures haste, but maybe not.
Not in these colors, that would be a
Maybe
lot
not in
harder.
these colors.
In these colors, it would be a lot harder. I get the Concordant Crossroads, though, because they probably want to be able to use their guys when they come down.
This is based. This deck is so based.
This is pretty good. Have you looked at their interaction package?
No.
I think it holds the deck together a lot. Wow,
Pomify.
the land base is fucking absurd. They have Tundra and they have Evolving Wilds.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's awesome.
It's kind of crazy.
That's awesome. But look at their interactions. I think it holds the deck together very well.
Tell me what you're thinking.
They have Counterspell, Arcane Denial, Beast Within, Dovin's Veto. They have Eladamri's Call for the Tutor. They have Ephemerate for the Blink. They have
a card called Reciprocate that I've never seen in my entire life, but this art brings me so much vitality. Sorry.
No, Reciprocate is cool, but it's functionally just like another copy of Worst Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile. They're playing Snap. They're playing Suspend, one of my favorite blue interactions.
Yeah.
They have a ton of answers to a bunch of weird stuff.
This is cool.
Yeah. So I think that even if they're playing what I would call firm bracket 3 creature cast value,
yes,
they do have ways to prevent people with stronger decks from going out of hand.
This deck is fucking epic.
Yeah, it's a cool deck.
Holy shit, this is awesome. I've gone on the full carousel ride of this deck. That's amazing. I love this deck so much.
All right, well, you first.
This is a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10 for me too.
This is an easy 10.
Yeah, it's a 10.
It literally does everything that you want every commander deck to do, but in none of the ways that you would expect it to do
that's
it.
pretty good.
That's so sick.
All right, Zach, what do you think?
I don't know what this deck does. I don't think I can give it an accurate.
No, listen, it's pretty simple. Turn 1, you play an Essence Warden. Turn 2, you play a Ramp Guy, you gain some life. Then turn 3 or 4, you fuck around and play Concordant Crossroads or the Rift Sweeper guy for no value. Then you play Chulane, then you play Karametra, and then it doesn't matter how many turns you waste casting a 2/2 for 2.
Yeah.
You've got infinite value. That's the deck. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's like sometimes you hit Llanowar, sometimes you hit Tireless Provisioner, maybe you get a Soul Warden for 6 total life. You're gonna play Ultramarines Honor Guard and spree him once, and then bounce him to your hand and do it again, and maybe spree him twice this time. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna cast Uro and get a land, and then Soul Herder. We're kind of gonna blink stuff. Maybe you used an instant that you want to keep, so you play Snapcaster just for fun. This is just so this is so awesome.
The only thing that I would consider in this deck is Training Grounds if you use Chulane's ability a lot. Because then it's tap 1, remove. Or there's an artifact, Crystal Shard, where it's tapped to, and its controller either pays 1 or a blue and then bounce their hand, which I know are not creatures. They're additional, less creatures for you to hit in your creatures cast deck, which is true, but I feel like it's good to have either something to make Chulane faster or to give you redundancy to pick up your own guys.
So, after having
10, by the way.
After having a revelation about this deck, I will tell you the only thing that I personally would change. I don't think that this is a good change. I think it's stylistic.
It's stylistic, sure.
After people have played against this deck enough times, I think what people will start to realize is Chulane
must go.
You are just going to be doing creature value stuff, and you will start becoming an earlier and earlier target, and then the deck is going to be a little bit more sad. So, how about once every 5 games, because you put this one-of card in your deck, once every 5 games, you give people a reason to keep you around by putting Howling Mine into the deck.
That's true.
You put Howling Mine in, and you go, guys, Howling Mine! And everyone goes, yippee!
Yeah,
and then they forget that you exist.
You trick them, that's
because
right.
you become the Howling Mine guy, and then they start to look at the other decks at the table. And then after the 2 turns of, the wool has been pulled over their eyes, after that 2-turn time has gone away, you have already won. At this point, there is no work on the table, in your hand, or in the deck that you need to do. You need to be playing in their minds. You need to start doing some social engineering of guys, why would you attack me?
I'm just a little guy.
I played Howling Mine.
Oh,
and they're
Biomancer's familiar, yep.
Yeah, he played Howling Mine. Fuck it.
Yep, for sure.
It's such a funny include in this deck.
Agree, Biomancer's familiar is Training Grounds, but on a creature. You are super right about group hugging it, because that's why people group hug. This is how decks like this are how I became the always have it guy, because then I started playing cards like Airbender's Reversal, which is newer. It's airbend one of your own guys because it's a proactive card or a reactive card.
Yeah.
So that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
But group hugging it would make this deck very funny.
I mean, it's just 1 or 2. You're I'm in Bant. I couldn't do anything bad. And they're you're in Bant.
Isn't there a creature that gives everybody a land or 2?
Creature that gives everyone a land
It's like
or
a
2?
low-cost green guy that gives everybody lands.
Or put Tent with Discovery in the deck.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's what I was thinking. But there's definitely a green creature that does something similar. Let me think about it. Or maybe we move on from there.
I don't remember.
I know there's a 1-mana druid, I think,
that
adds 2 green to your mana
Oh,
pool.
that one's.
Oh,
I didn't even
yeah,
think
to
about
everyone's mana pool at the beginning of upkeep.
that.
That's great too.
I didn't even think about that. But there's another one that just gives everybody lands. I think when it dies, maybe it's when it dies.
Any way to submit the deck is pinned, I think, in both chats. And just the
Veteran
long and short of
Explorer?
it is go to Discord.
Veteran
we have a members
Explorer.
chat.
Veteran Explorer is exactly what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. Veteran Explorer is 1 mana, 1/1. When it dies, each player may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, then each player searches their library, shuffles. But I just saw from Edge of Eternities, they printed a 1 mana 2/2 with Reach. It says when this creature dies, each player makes a lander token, which is like the same thing as well. And it's 1 mana for a 2/2 with Reach. That's kind of good, actually.
Not bad.
That's kind of cool. So
Not
there
bad
are
at all.
definitely group hug options for you to do here. I think that's cool.
Yeah. I love this deck. It's a 10. Easy 10.
All right. Spinning the wheel.
Spin the wheel!
Send that damn wheel.
Root Weaver Druid is the other one. Nice.
That deck is so funny.
That's a cool deck.
God.
And they say it gets cooler.
And is it? It's
Austin S.
Austin S at the
whoa,
very
whoa.
top.
Oh, here we go. I know. I
The
already know
goal
what
of the
this is.
deck is to make big hamster and fling it. This is a Minsk and Boo deck.
Yeah.
Yes!
Big
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
hamster.
Dungeons and Dragons, Minsk and Boo.
This is my pet deck. Minsk and Boo is my favorite video game character. Oh, cool. Plus, how can you not love a cute little space hamster? I'll tell you, this deck flings the hamster at you one time and you learn your lesson.
Yep. Yep. Minsk and Boo, hamster. I assume that you played through Baldur's Gate 3 and listened to Matthew Mercer's dulcet tones playing as Minsk and Boo. What an incredible moment for Minsk and Boo history. Sorry, I just swallowed my own spit and I'm gonna die.
Man, they curated all the art too. So like, Band Together is in here. The like 2 creatures deal damage
Yep.
because it's literally Minsk and Boo.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of like cool choices for art that
An
add.
adamantium bonding tank.
Of course, an adamantium bonding tank. Of course, right? Yeah, of course.
I wonder if the creator is in the chat right now. I think Austin something. Austin. I hope to see you. Oh, and it's so much Dungeons and Dragons. Ancient Bronze Dragon, Ancient Copper Dragon. So nice.
Where would you go with this deck? Let me read the commander first.
Yeah.
4 mana for a 3 loyalty commander. When Minsk and
He's
Boo
a
Timeless Hero,
planeswalker.
yes, is a planeswalker. Enters at the beginning of your upkeep, and at the beginning of your upkeep. So when it comes in and every turn, you make Boo. He's a 1/1 hamster with trample and haste,
He's a 1/1 though.
which is fucking crazy that he gets
1/1.
both. But for 1 loyalty, so you can go up to 4, put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target creature with trample or haste. So this is cool for both of those archetypes.
Yep.
-2, sacrifice a creature. When you do, Minsk and Boo Timeless Heroes deals X damage to any target or X is that creature's power. If the sacrificed creature was a hamster, draw X cards, and this can be your commander.
Yeah.
So it does damage, it makes guys, and it draws you cards.
What's not to love?
What's not to love?
And it's in Gruul, which is the funniest colors.
Where Bristly Bill is.
You know, statistically speaking.
Yeah, Bristly Bill is in there.
The thing that I would do with this deck is probably, I mean, it's exactly this. I would focus on doing the Boo thing where you make the hamster really big and then you launch it. Now, something that I think is really important is that you are playing with a Planeswalker as your commander,
Yep.
which fucking blows.
Yeah, it's
So a lot of the deck that I would make is dedicated just to protecting Minsk and Boo, the
Explain
commander.
why does it blow? What's bad about it?
Because it just gets attacked.
Yep.
And you need to play creatures to protect it, but you're spending 4 mana on the Planeswalker. So you're never dropping it on 4 unless you already have amazing banger protection creatures. And you're in Gruul, so you don't have access to Propaganda, Ghostly Prison, Sphere of Safety, like all the typical self-protection spells. So it's hard. A lot of what I'm doing
Yep.
in the deck is just protecting Minsk and Boo. That's like a majority of my game plan.
And this one's a little better because it makes a 1/1 that turns into a 4/4. So it's like, it's not unprotected, right? But pretty much every time in Magic's like decision tree of what I should be doing, it's kill the Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time.
Yeah.
And that sucks because like you have the Planeswalker and you don't want it to die.
Yes. Now I'm just
Discord.gg/skillcheck.
just looking at the deck.
Yeah, looking at the deck.
I mean, it's awesome, but it's a lot of just I'm gonna play the D&D cards,
Oh.
and then +1/+1 counters, and a lot of other stuff like that. Just like buffing. It's buffing stuff.
A good distinction that someone, Doomster, mentioned in chat was, my group used to think this commander did commander damage. It was terrifying. Neither part of this can do commander damage.
Yes, because Boo is not your commander.
Right. And on top of that, the token Boo. Minsk and Boo, the Planeswalker, is your commander, but the only damage this Planeswalker is capable of doing is not combat damage. So
Unless you turn it into a creature somehow.
actually, fair. There's a Sarkon that does that.
Yeah.
So if you turn it into a creature, that would do
But
combat
that
damage.
shit fucking never happens.
But
so don't
neither
worry
of the
about it.
normal modes of this card can do commander damage. So while it seems very threatening to have like a 10/10 trample hamster that, by the way, I saw the bulk up down there, which doubles the power, and then it turns into a 20. That's not commander damage. It will just kill you with regular damage. Which is still a lot of fucking damage, but it's not commander.
Yep. Where's the Nibelheim of Flame?
Nibelheim.
That goes in this deck.
Yeah, Nibelheim.
Like,
your
even
Chandra's
before we're making
ignition
changes,
effects.
Chandra's Ignition is already in, but Nibelheim of Flame needs to go in.
Yeah, I really like that card.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't think
it's super
Is
good.
Fling in the deck? Just regular old
I don't
Fling?
think Fling is in the deck.
Here's the thing. I don't know if they need it. Because Minsk and Boo does it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. Beholder's Telekinetic Rays in the deck, and that's Fling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good to have it, just to have it. I don't think that that's bad. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you play, I don't know, Clamavis, which is a card I've never seen before in my entire life, and you just turn that into Boo, and you fling that, which is fine.
True.
It
I like
ends up
Kazul
being
Cliffs,
okay.
Kazul Fury. It's the land that has the MDFC fling. I think that's good to have as an option.
Yep.
Someone just asked, what are our thoughts on a no commander damage house rule? I have very strong thoughts about this. I don't know about you.
Boo.
Boo, I agree, boo.
Benjamin Brode, I'm speaking to you directly. The ecosystem of the game requires commander damage, and that is sad. I don't like that it's an extra rule that you just need to know, and it's outside of the main mechanics. As a game design choice, it is negative for so many reasons, and it is a requirement.
One of the most popular, if not maybe even the most popular archetypes for new players specifically is life gain. And everyone plays mono white or Orzhov or mono black vampire life game. A Johnny's Primate is printed 9 trillion times for a reason. It's a great and awesome archetype. A bracket 1 life gain deck can beat like almost every single archetype without commander damage.
Yeah.
Like you play like, I don't even know, a Soul Warden and just like a couple guys with lifelink and block with them, like the game literally never ends.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but I have definitely seen games that are won by Grand fucking Arbiter swinging in 11 times.
Yeah.
Because someone has to end the fucking game.
Yeah. So I think that kind of commander damage is a necessity.
Yeah, it's a necessary evil for sure.
If everyone in your play group is not playing Voltron and not playing life gain, then you don't have to house rule it out anyway.
Yeah.
Because the game is never going to end because of that. So, like, I'm struggling. That person's profile picture is you as Pain.
Yeah. That's
Naruto.
Kobe.
Of course.
There was an edit that Jesse did.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
It was Edgar that did the edit.
Yeah, it was Edgar. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Either,
Of course.
either commander damage is consequential and it's necessary, or it's inconsequential and why do you need to count it out? I want to ask, if you play without commander damage at home, why?
Look what Hirkane said as well. That's a kind of a good evolution of this discussion.
Does this legitimize me loving Infect? My poor life game homie gets countered. Yes, I'm so sorry, but it does.
Yeah, Infect is good too. It's for the
Infect is
exact
part
same
of the
reasons.
ecosystem.
Yep, and like there are more proliferate things out now, so it's like easier to get there. But historically, most of the Infect cards suck.
Yeah,
They're not good.
yeah.
They're not that good.
Now here's the thing.
There are exceptions to the rule, obviously.
Here's the thing. Just like with life gain, getting attacked by the guy who has to attack you with his commander because of commander damage, if you bring Infect to the table, motherfuckers are gonna hit you for it.
Yeah.
So,
Red Crow's exactly right. When you drop Finn, okay,
Yep.
I'm killing you first.
So yes, it is not, I wouldn't say that it is based or not based to play Infect.
Yep.
I would say it's fine to play it. People are gonna teach you a lesson though.
They're gonna teach
So
you a
just
lesson.
be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready. Because you deserve that lesson if you play Infect. Because if people leave you alone, you're just gonna win the game.
I put Infect in a few of my decks, less so these days, but there's one of my most favoritist cards in all of Magic's history is Tainted Strike. It's a 1-mana black
Yeah.
instant.
Tainted Strike is good.
It gives any creature +1 in Infect. So if you just have it in your hand and anyone swings for 9 unblocked, you could just kill a player. And
Yeah.
like, I very rarely do it, even if I have it, but it is very funny when like your opponent has infinite cards, 5 billion health, and you can somehow Rogue's Passage a 9/9 in, like you just kill them. It's very
Yes.
funny.
Yes.
Let's get back to the deck. Someone said this deck needs Jumbo Cactuar. Good Lord, does it?
Yeah.
Good Lord, does it?
Yes, sir.
That is very fucking
Yes,
funny.
sir. Yes, sir, it does.
Although it only gets it on attack, so you'd have to have like just fling, right? Minsk and Boo is hard to do with that.
Yes.
You'd have to survive.
Here's another thing that the deck needs.
Tainted Strike.
And it's here's another thing that it needs that I think people will not think about. Maskwood Nexus in this deck
Oh yeah, that's funny.
is awesome.
Why?
Because you name hamster.
Yeah, you name
and
hamster.
now you're throwing Ancient Copper Dragon, which is a hamster,
Yeah, it's a hamster, of
for
course.
given 3, +1/+1 counters off of the prompt. For 9 draw and 9 damage.
And
it's
for-
so funny.
For a very similar reason, another enabler that I think is fantastic for the other part that putting the counters is Garruk's Uprising. Which is a card draw engine, which you really want in these colors, and also gives all your creatures trample, which means you can add the counters to anything just in case you need to like hold a block or whatever.
Yeah, you can put any changelings in the deck, and it does the same thing.
True.
But it's way funnier to name Maskwood Nexus hamsters. Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah. How would you feel about like counter effects? So like the Ozolith guy that taps for mana, the Shattered Spire, whatever, or just an Ozolith in a deck like this. Do you feel like it detracts from the strategy, or do you feel like it helps?
So, there's so much 1/1 counter stuff in it already that I feel like Kami of Whispered Hopes fits
That one,
in.
yes, thank you.
I think that it does fit in and it does work. If I was making the deck, I would not get to the point where I would need that because I would just be flinging so much, so often, all the time with Boo. Like, that's all I'm doing.
You think there's easier ways to get there?
Yeah, like I'm closing the gap before that becomes something that like I'm deriving value from.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I'm the turbo value guy. I love value. But
That
like
might
in
be-
this deck,
That might be why they have the Ozolith in, because that's the Adamantium bonding tank. Because it's 1 mana, it's such a small detour for so much value, where the other ones are like 3, 4, 5 mana, especially for the counter doublers or whatever.
Yeah.
This might be one of the only decks that can consistently hit that new EOE card that's like draw cards for counters. It's so easy with Terra Symbiosis, maybe?
Oh yeah, Terra Symbiosis.
Is that in? I didn't even look.
Yeah. No, it's not in, but it is very good.
It was a card we saw in Box Brawl and we talked about it a bunch. It's 3 mana. It says whenever you put one or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. Do this once each turn.
Yeah.
It's literally just draw 3 every time you play your Planeswalker, unless they kill it while you're resolving the token creation.
Yeah.
So I think in a lot of decks, it's like fucking really hard to do, because like you have to play it does nothing, and you have to have creatures and counters. Minsk and Boo literally does all of that already.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Zach, what are you thinking about when you're looking at the deck?
Probably more draw.
Yeah.
I think like Rishkar's maybe greater good.
Yeah, someone even said in
Terra
YouTube, yeah, greater
Symbiosis.
good. Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
Armorcraft Judge is something else that people are talking about. It's 4 mana draw like a bazillion cards if you're playing a 1/1 strategy. It's like pretty good. Just a great include.
Yeah. I do like the inclusion of effects like Bulk Up, Instant Speed, Double a Power with Flashback. Teamer Battle Rage, Battle Fury does the same thing with +1/+1 and Double Strike and Trample. This deck has so many cool ways you can go. If you're going with Fling, doubling power is much better for sure.
Yeah. I think it's cool to see this deck because when we started, I think that they, either in the description or in chat, they said this is like my pet deck. So I'm seeing all the cards that like maybe don't fit in super duper well, but I can tell that they're like pet cards, like Shiny Impetus. Like, it could go in, it could not. Who cares? It's cool, it's funny.
It is funny. People are mentioning Ram Through, which is some of my favorite Tifa tech.
Yeah.
The other card that I think is very funny in this deck is Tifa's Limit Break. It's 1 mana
Yes.
+2/+2, or 3 mana double power and toughness, or 8 mana triple it, which is very, very funny for the hamster. I think.
Yeah.
All at instant speed. So look, there's a bunch of for fling decks. How could you go wrong with double and triple?
Yeah, I mean,
Because they have unnatural growth. Same thing.
yeah.
Or what's the other green creature that does? Zapandrel?
Zapandrel.
Yeah,
Zapandrel,
Zapandrel,
yeah.
Hunger Dominus, I think.
God, even one doubler, you make a 1/1, you put 3 counters on it, it's a fucking 8/8 already?
It's so great.
That's disgusting.
I love Ambitious Dragonborn. Even though there's not very many dragons in the deck, it's like really cool to just have it in there.
They have a Belt of Giant Strength for the hamster.
Yeah, the Belt of Giant Strength is
So
awesome.
funny.
I fucking love that.
Is there
Duplicate
no,
hamster.
Oh man, that's
Is there
good.
no what's it called? The 1 mana Hardened Scales?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
for
no,
the
Hardened
+1.
Scales. Hardened Scales would be good.
That's kind of what we were thinking for the other one. It's 1 mana is such an easy include. It's so easy.
Yeah.
All right, well, they have Torian Mauler, which is the best hamster, I think.
I can imagine this player sitting down at a table playing Invigorating Hot Springs on 3 and saying, monkey.
Bro, did you...
That's just the whole reason.
Click their Torian Mauler art. Click it. Look at it.
Isn't it so sick?
It's Torian Mauler as like a fake glow-in-the-dark rave DJ, and the flavor text is, the bigger they are, the harder they drop beats.
Wow.
What the shit is that? Well, I mean, if DJ was a legitimate card type, he would have it.
I can't believe they didn't contact us when they made that card. Oh my god, did you see the Gamble print?
No, I didn't. Let me look.
Oh, it's so good.
Let me look. Hold on.
Oh my god, that...
Where the fuck? Oh, it's at the bottom.
I am obsessed with that art.
Holy.
I am obsessed with that art.
That is sick.
Holy shit, I love it.
That is fucking cool. What? Oh, what is
Wow.
that? Sam McKenzie, you did a great job on that art. If you ever see this.
Yes.
That is cool as hell.
Holy crap, I love that.
That is cool. All right, well, look. They obviously chose sick arts. They have great includes to the deck. Where's your head at with this one?
That's tough. That's tough. My brain wants to just instantly slam 10, but there are some changes that could be made. Like, Maskwood Nexus is too funny to not include. The problem is that this deck can fit so much different stuff, you know? Like, you could make it Kami of Whispered Hopes and then only do +1/+1 counters. Or you could do less of value and more of just, like, bursting with fling, stuff like that. It's hard to say. Obviously, this is a pet deck. I think that for that reason alone, it could get a 10. I'm trying to look at something to nitpick, but there's really just nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to nitpick, which I think means that it's a very good deck, which
Yeah.
maybe I think earns it a 10.
I think 10 as well, and I think that the evidence of the cook here is in their interaction choices for the 1/1 counter stuff. Do you know Invigorating Surge?
No.
It's a 3-mana instance that put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature.
Ooh.
I have seen that card an infinite number of times and gone, I know it's good, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
But in this deck, it's very playable.
Yeah.
And I think that represents a slot where they stylistically were like, you know what? We're doubling. And then they chose to do it.
Very true.
And I think that it is good, but there's like an infinite number of cards that would fit in here. Like they have Gaia's Gift, and they have a few other protection things, bulk or deflecting SWAT, and a few things like I've seen in the arena decks for Tifa or whatever. And those I think are all good choices too. But that to me represents like a very conscious choice of like, no, I don't think I'm going to be playing like the full 1/1 counter game. I want to do some doubling. Oh, actually, this does both, and they put that in.
Yeah. It's very, very good.
Yep.
I would also say add Fire Emancipation for fun.
Yeah, the damage doublers and triplers I've seen a lot of people
Just for
add.
fun. It's just funny.
People
Like,
are asking if those would count for like red sources for a few of those other like random effects.
I mean, it depends on the text.
The text, right? Because sometimes it says target creature does the damage, and sometimes it says
Fling does the damage,
yeah,
or
exactly.
like deal damage
Yep.
equal to. So those
Yep,
would
yep.
be red, you know?
Yep, exactly. The only thing that I would change as just like a hard include is like you have a bajillion basic lands. Put Kazul Cliffs, Kazul Fury in the deck.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fling on the land.
Yeah.
That's it. Still
Yeah,
a 10
I think
for
it's
me.
good.
Still a 10 for me.
I mean, with those changes that are so easy to make, I would say maybe a 9, but the deck is probably so fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know the cards because I'm not so good in Gruul, but you need more ways to protect Minsk and Boo.
Yeah.
You need more ways to protect. I don't know how to do it because I've never protected Planeswalkers because it's so fucking hard. But you need more ways to do it.
That Planeswalker is so involved and it does so much of the stuff already that like you could build probably like a pretty bad deck around it and it would still function well.
Yeah.
So like for example in this deck they have like 18, 17 basics. I'm Mr. Land Value guy. You absolutely could add more. I don't think you need it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Great deck.
We love it.
Great deck. All right, Zach. Unless you want to suggest Zach's mean card of the day for this one.
I mean, not a main card, but you're in Gruul. I feel like you lack enough ramp. The mana curve's pretty high on this deck, I think.
The curve is high, and I think
not
the
a bad
only ramp
shout.
they have is Kodama's Reach and Rampant Growth.
They have 3
Oh,
artifacts.
and Traverse the Outlands. But, you know,
Signet, Soul Ring, Thought Vessel, but yeah, that's true.
yeah, you could do a little bit more ramp.
A little bit more.
A little more ramp, a
some
little bit more
dorks in there.
protection.
There's some little dorks.
Just keep it below 4 mana though, because you really want to cast Minsk and Boo when you have it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Asceticism is cool.
Sping.
Spin the wheel. I just like the deck a lot. I think they did a good job. Smart choices in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I just love looking at paper.
Jidge 5.
Ooh,
Jidge? Jidge.
Jeep.
Jidge.
Oh, Jidge. They were the person that knew about the bench.
Jidge 5. They were the first to submit today.
Oh.
The deck's somewhere in a bracket 3 range, I believe, and the main goal is to make all the creatures stronger with 1/1 counters and give them keyword abilities.
Zach's realizing.
Aurelia. Interesting.
No. It's not Aurelia. It's Aurelia, leader of hot people.
Right.
Oh. Aurelia, exemplar of justice.
It's a waifu art. I forgot that they did this. I'm having a conniption right now. They're just waifuing everything. I mean, I'm not
This is a
complaining.
waifu deck?
Go look at the look at the card art.
I mean, of the commander?
Look at it. Yeah.
It's pretty waifu, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
anime.
then- and then there's just a bunch of like bad bitch angel warriors in the deck. Look at that. dude.
And a pig.
Well,
Ilharg.
I mean, All right, we're
And Sephiroth. And
This-
Winota.
There's a few Aurelias that exist. This is a 4-mana 2/5 with flying and mentor, which is cool. It makes little guys bigger when it attacks. And at the beginning of combat of your turn, choose up to one target creature you control. Until end of turn, that creature gets 2/0 and gains trample if it's red, and gains vigilance if it's white. And if it's both, it gets both, so which is kind of cool. So it pumps, it makes vigilance. I usually see people build the other Aurelia, although when this came out in Arena many moons ago, I'm old as hell. I played a lot of this card because it's kind of bad to play a 4-mana bomb and it can't do anything. But right away, it gives keywords and stats, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I really like this. I like the commander, and honestly, I'm just looking at the deck, right? I'm not even really reading the text on the creatures. I'm just looking.
Yeah, of course, because it's a leader of hot people. They've declared the theme. We have to check.
There's 40 creatures.
Fuck yeah! That rules.
Sure, there's other cards. Like, I see Sword of the Animist. Awesome.
Oh,
include.
no.
I see, Tarian Soul Cleaver and the Ozolith. Nice. I see, Cathar's Crusade. Nice. Game Ender. Awesome. I see Felidar Retreat. Oh, amazing. You're going to fucking pump everything. And Virtue of Loyalty. Nice. Guys, they're going to play a bunch of creatures, and then they're going to kill them.
Yeah, did you see the Secret Commander?
No.
It's Winota.
Oh, no, I saw Winota. Come on.
There's Winota in the deck. I'm just
Yeah.
doing a bit of a human non-human
Yeah,
on
come
it.
on.
It's pretty good actually. They have a good ratio for that. If you guys don't know, Winota Joiner Forces is also Winota Ender of games because you
Yeah.
get free guys that do crazy stuff. I'm both simultaneously relieved and sad to not see the Boros Double Strike guy. Blade Mentor?
Yeah, Blade Mentor.
Blade Mentor?
It's definitely a winner for sure. I mean, I just am loving Achroma, Angelic Skirmisher. Just giving keywords is such a funny idea that I think is super good. Oh, Drum Bellower fills in a lot of gaps in this deck of I want to attack, but that makes me dead. Well, Drum Bellower stops that from happening. Guardian of Faith is really awesome. Herald of Eternal Dawn is a hilarious include.
Well,
You just put in all the sick cards. It's so good.
they did, and they said Guardian of Hot, or Leader of Hot People. What's one hot card that you would include that's not in here? Because to me, my first thought was, oh, Sephiroth's got to be in here, and he is.
He's in there.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't know. I'm not
Franco?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm just not someone who really looks at sexual appeal whenever I make magic cards.
It's about aura. Then perhaps it's about aura rating. Who in Boros has got mad aura and would fit in the Leader of Hot People? Because for me, it was my first thought was it's got to be Sephiroth. He's in here. But there surely are other aura-rich Boros choices.
Yeah.
Posing or flexing or styling. Bruce Tarl is a great example.
Yeah, Bruce Tarl. I was thinking about Strong Arm. The
He says it's
dwarf
more of an
guy.
accidental sub-theme. You titled the deck it. You get to sit and listen while he... Sorry, what were you saying?
What's the Strong Arm guy? The dwarf that Prof loves to play?
Oh, the throw guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fling dwarf.
Yeah.
What was it?
Brian
like-
Strongarm?
Yeah. And I feel like that would be a fine include too,
Yeah.
because if you're dealing with someone who can handle onboard presence, then you just fucking throw stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian Stoutarm. There you go. Not Strongarm.
Yeah. That's
You
good.
guys
and then,
got me.
And Bruce Tarl and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
You
yeah.
think about what you've done with your accidental sub-theme.
There's a card that I want to include that we added in a game that hasn't gone out yet. Give me just a moment to find it. You can do some
let's
yapping,
talk about.
bro.
So you're right that this is a 40-card creature deck, and a 40-card creature deck. Plus, let's just see how many lands they have. They have 35. Now we're at 75 cards for just creatures and lands. So our options for support that are not creatures, because obviously there are creatures that support, are pretty low. You highlighted untap all your creatures during each end step, which is cool. Just pseudo vigilance. Oh yeah, Chet's saying Thalia. That's a good point too. Thalia's hair is wild. We only have 25 cards-ish for support, and you really have to make those count, because I wasn't even talking about ramp. So I see Pearl Medallion, I see Signet, but I don't see that much else ramp other than Wind Crystal. That's 3 cards. And if your strategy in Boros creatures at a bracket 3 is to resolve a creature on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and just attack, I don't think there's anything wrong with that strategy. But you will inevitably meet a Wrath of God, and your creatures will go away, and you'll have 4 lands to play with the next turn, and you will have no cards in hand.
Yes.
And then you'll go, what am I doing here? I have nothing. And to be honest, a lot of that is just the Boros, how it's going to happen to you, brother.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, our support slots are at a premium. So something like Flawless Maneuver, I know it's a free spell, but I think it's lower on people's like power level.
Chroma's Will.
A Chroma's Will, sure. Something like that that does double duty of like, oh, now I can make an unpunished attack and protect all my guys.
Yeah.
I really needed to fit that slot. So like the thing from the other deck with the squad guys, Avatar Wrath. Avatar.
Oh yeah.
It's a board wipe and a
yeah.
board save and a tempo swing, because you cast your guys first after they get airbend. So we really need them to do double duty. Now, it's the most classic Boros double duty card of all time, Boros Charm.
Yeah. Boros
mean-
Charm just goes in and it's easy.
It's in.
Exact.
It's in.
It is?
Yeah, it's
okay,
in.
good.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm highlighting very smart choice there. Very smart.
To me, it's a small mistake not to include With Great Power into the deck.
Whoa.
Because I feel like there's a lot of ways to give Indestructible, and that can really solve like every
Your
problem.
defense problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another smaller card that nobody really talks about that I would love in a deck like this is Envoy of the Ancestors. It's a 3-mana 2/3 with Outlast for white, and it says modified creatures you control have lifelink. So good. It is so good, and it always requires to be removed. Abzan Falcon are creatures you control with 1/1 counters have flying. This fits the... Oh, Abzan Battle Priest does the same thing. And then also like Einok Bondkin. All of these are things that give keywords for having +1/+1 counters. All of those are good. I'm going to read them again. Abzan Battle Priest gives 1/1 creatures with 1/1 counters lifelink. Abzan Falconer gives them flying, and Einok Bondkin gives them first strike, which is like all just so good. And then Envoy of the Ancestors gives lifelink, but that's not in like the, set of those things.
You know what I'm missing in here? One of the most important keywords in a Boros combat strategy is haste. I'm not really seeing a lot of ways to give stuff haste. Like, I'm looking for the classic ones, like those enchantments to give all your creatures haste, or even anger, or anything like that. And maybe there's like...
You need the...
I don't even see Lightning Greaves or Swifties.
You need the Lord of the Rings one.
Gimli's Might, Gimli's whatever.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Rising of the Day?
Yeah, Rising of the Day. I know that that's not...
Crashing Drawbridge, yep.
Yeah, Crashing Drawbridge is good too. But like, yeah, giving haste is really, really good.
Yeah, I know that your plan is to give out keywords and maybe even pass them around to some degree, but I don't really see it in here. So consider that, because when you're playing Boros creatures and you are pre or post board wipe, that extra turn where you actually get to attack really does matter, I think.
I wonder if there's a trample giver here. I wonder, like a persistent one, not like, I bet no.
I think that's normally a green thing.
Yeah, I know it's usually in green, but I know some red has trample. I just am wishing that it would
That
give.
was less important because his commander will give red creatures trample every combat. And yeah, it's only one.
Okay, yeah.
But that is at least, it's in there.
Oh yeah,
you know what I
trample.
mean?
Yeah. Okay. That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, but you can always put that onto like a Chroma or onto Audric, and then it spreads. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Oh, you can't put it onto either of them because they're not red. Never mind, I'm stupid. Whee!
Does Audric do...
He does everything. Man.
There's no Elish Norn in your Hot People deck.
No, Elish Norn is the
Audric will pass it out though, because its creatures gain...
But he won't get trampled because he's not red.
He won't need it as long as something else has it.
Oh.
If any creature has it, they all get it.
Okay, I thought it was if he had it.
If a creature you control has it, yeah, so he's good.
Uncivil Unrest is such a funny card. I'd never seen that before.
I love Uncivil Unrest. It's a good one. Man, for such a creature-dense strategy, it's fascinating.
Noble Heritage is such an awesome include. I
Noble
love
Heritage
that.
is cool. I like that card. I don't
Really
see that
love
much.
that.
Now, the only card that I will gripe about is Cathar's Crusade. This is probably a terrible deck for it.
Yeah.
But not because it's bad.
No.
It's really good.
It's because you're slamming one creature.
You're slamming one creature every turn, which is going to... Actually, hold on, I'm coming around on that. No, which is going to literally make you have to track 1 counter, 2 counter, 3 counter, 4 counter, 5 counter, 6 counter. It's a good card. It is fantastic. It will end the game, but God, is it a headache and a half, man.
Yeah.
A headache and a half.
At that point, you might as well just run an Anthem that just gives things like +1/+1.
Oh, yeah, like someone mentioned
fine.
War Leader's Call earlier.
Yeah. War Leader's Call would be epic.
But, I mean, it is a really, really good card. It's true, it is a do-nothing 5-drop on a probably very important turn for aggro.
How dare you put Winota in this deck?
They need to win the game.
How dare you?
They got to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to win the
You
game.
gotta win, but like,
Yeah.
damn it.
But like, damn it,
but like,
indeed.
damn it.
But like, damn it, indeed.
I mean, just put Avacyn in the deck too.
You are remiss if you do not include Rogue's Passage in a combat strategy.
Yeah. Come on.
Gotta have that for sure.
Come on.
And they printed it a bajillion times. Yes, Iroas is in the deck. It's a good include.
Yep.
Okay, it's just strong combat. It's got creatures. It has good support, I think, and they're like smart choices. But also, like, have you seen Rustler's Rampage? Or 1 minute
I have.
instant.
Yes.
It's got a spree for 1, another spree for 1. Untap all creatures target player control, so you don't have to do. You can politic, and target creature gains double strike until end of turn. So you could do that thing where you make someone's commander kill someone else, which is kind of cool. An awesome like pseudo vigilance one-time combat trick / double striking win the game out of nowhere effect. That does triple duty in this deck, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And like their removal is permanent based, right? It's Stroke of Midnight. They can pick their stuff out. Lightning Helix is funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
I think there's better includes, but I love pretty much every choice in this deck. It would come down to creature choice for me.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that maybe add is like put 1 copy of Full Throttle into the deck where
Yeah.
you just have 2 more combats, and then it's like, okay, you're gonna kill everyone.
Yep.
You know?
Something that wins out of, like, it wins.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of ways to do it. Full Throttle is good. Port Razor's pretty good too. There's like that demon that does it, Bloodthirster or whatever.
Also add 1 more creature. You're at 39. Might as well.
Well, his commanders are creatures. That's 40.
I have 40 creatures. We did it.
But for me though, Archetype of Aggression is a great shout because it gives everything trample. For me though, you gotta have haste.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Haste missing is huge.
And maybe I'm missing it, but like there are a lot of really good ways to give it to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 9. Genuinely, I think the haste is worth the whole point.
Do you need Pearl Medallion and Wind Crystal?
All of his white creatures are at least 1 generic, with the exception of Hopeful Initiate. So you do get your value out of it. And
Are they all at least 2?
I'd say half, just looking at it.
I'm not sure you need both of them,
Yeah.
but
Plus, also his commander would always get at least 2 reduction. I think you might be thinking that he should put Ruby and Pearl because they're cheaper.
yeah.
Although he did say that his strategy was to like pass out keywords and also counters. There is the finishing effect of creatures you control getting flying and lifelink on Wind Crystal.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I get
so
it.
maybe just Wind Crystal. You might not even need Medallion, but it's cost so much. I don't know. It's hard. It feels like there's a lot of clunkiness that could happen, and mana is how I would solve that.
Yeah.
And
in this deck specifically,
haste.
in this deck specifically, I would just drop a planes to play a Ruby Medallion on top of this.
yeah,
Like
think
I would
that's true.
I'd rather miss a land drop but reduce literally every other creature by a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
I also agree Archetype of Aggression is really good for this deck.
Wind Crystal is more for double lifelink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right.
fair. Very fair.
Gotta have haste for me. It's a 9. I think you've made some smart choices. Cost reducers are really good, and you could probably play around with the lands a little bit too.
My brain is tempted to give it an 8, but it is a 9. The only reason that my brain wants to give it an 8 is because it's so out of my typical build style. But this is like a great deck. This is awesome.
What do you think, Zach?
I think it's fine.
It's a fine aggro Boros list.
Also, you can't say that the theme of hot people is accidental when you bring it up in the title and in the primer and in the description. Like Aurelia and her legion of attractive followers who get stronger and more attractive 4 times? You brought it up 4 times? Come on, bro. Come on.
They might be saying, well, I put at Sushi the Blazing Sky and they're a Dragon Spirit. They're on fire.
Wood.
You did it again.
Here's the thing, wood.
And they're on fire. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. True. Okay.
Those came after I realized, not the only ones.
I think that you subconsciously did it, and then you admitted that you did it. And you know what? Respect.
It's okay.
Yeah, respect.
Look, everyone has their thing. If you want your deck to be full of hot people, that's fine. I
Yep.
just wear it on your chest.
Accept who you are.
Yeah.
No, but it's a good deck. I like this a lot. I
Yeah.
think that if someone was new and they said, I don't really know, but I like creatures, I like attacking, this would be a perfect deck to give them. It does all the stuff you want to do.
Yeah.
And other than just adding like maybe haste, a little trample.
You
but it's
know
good.
who would love this deck? Matthew.
Yeah, Matt would love this deck.
Matt
a lot.
would love this
Matt would deck would love a lot. And honestly, maybe we'll just print it for him. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's played like just Boros good stuff.
Yeah,
really.
Boros Aurelia.
Like he's mostly played Mardu attacks,
Yeah.
which different style.
All right, send us down the wheel hole.
Yes, and I think that our plan today was to end around 5, which is coming up in 30-ish minutes.
Yeah, sure.
So just to let you guys know that probably last 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's do like 2-3 more decks.
2-3 more decks sounds good to me.
Dark Sword 247.
Who?
Dark Sword.
Dark Sword!
247.
Hey, Jidge, to respond to your last comment, as am I, brother. Respect.
Dark Sword 247. I found one deck. I don't know if they have more than one.
Oh. It's a solid 3 and spell sling wizard copy shenanigans.
It's Wizard Time, motherfucker, Fireball.
It's just some wizard tribal with the Eminence Commander that people don't really use that often. It's got to be Inalla, right? I've lost a lot of games
it is
to
Inalla.
I've lost a lot of games to Inalla.
Have we not
dude.
reviewed this deck already?
What?
We reviewed an Inalla deck. Is this not the
This
same
is
one?
different.
Yeah, I
one?
see Roller
Okay.
Crusher in this. I think that's a different.
Valmore Battle Mage. Also, it's the Final Fantasy print of Inalla, the Kuja like reskin. Black Walt, nice. Cloudkin Seer.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, Inalla, aka Kuja Mage Manufacturer, that's the Final Fantasy print, is a 5-mana 4/5 with Eminence. I fucking hate Eminence, but Eminence in this case is kind of cool. Whenever another non-token wizard, so you have to play a fair wizard, you control enters, if Kuja is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you may pay 1 generic. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that wizard. The tokens gain haste, exile at the beginning of next end step, so it's not even sacrificed. But tap 5 untapped wizards you control, target player loses 7 life.
Yep.
Wizards go wide?
Wizards go wide.
Wizards go wide.
I like that. With Balmor Battle Mage. Captain.
What would you do in a Wizards go wide Inalla deck?
I'm not gonna lie, I would do exactly what this guy does, where he's making a bunch of the ping wizards from Final Fantasy, and then boost their damage. That's so funny to me.
I think it's good.
I really like that.
Well, the ping wizards are kind of special too because the untapped 5 wizards effect doesn't say non-token.
Yeah.
So if you get 5 pingers out, right? You get
Pingers.
and you cast any spell, they'll do 5 damage.
Yeah.
But you can also tap them and deal 7 to the person of your choice.
This is the first deck that I've seen Ral Crackling Wit, and I'm like, oh, I really like that. I really like it here. I know that maybe that's lame and dumb because it could go in a lot of stuff, but often I see it and I'm like, this is card like 102, 105 that I would add. Here it feels nice. It feels right.
Interesting. Yeah, the prowess goes a long way. I wonder what the real sauce of this is. Probably draw discard to filter stuff. Like, obviously, Planeswalker Ultimates are busted. This is, you have to cast non-creature spells too. I doubt you ult this a lot. I do think you could squeeze out like a few easy ults with this if you have a good setup or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that this card usually, exactly what you're saying, it gets cut, but also flies a little under the radar because people are like, what, you make a prowess guy every turn? You get to do some filtering, who cares? But I think that kind of makes cards better in Commander when they don't immediately eat like a premium removal.
Yeah. This deck seems like not super high power, like you just kind of want to be cruising with wizards dealing damage. Personally, I love this deck. I would love to play it. Like it fits way more into my style of gameplay. Now I have a small question. I would hope that you excuse my impudence. Why are you running Fierce Guardianship and Force of Negation and Pact of Negation? They're an awesome reason for that?
That's interesting.
It seems
That's
like
interesting.
really, really targeted.
That's interesting.
I feel offended for whoever the person is that made you add those.
Okay, and juxtapositioning those cards with Wizard's Retort, the counterspell that just lets you cast
Yeah.
counterspell if you have a wizard. He doesn't even have counterspell, which is just empirically better
Yeah.
because it's Wizard's Retort.
You may just not have an answer to that question. You might not even be here.
They're here. Dark Sword's
Okay.
here.
But because I need to do something if I don't run Game Changers?
They're saying that they're an equalizer.
Right. Fair, very fair.
So then what I'm hearing is your table is a little higher powered, and you have to do
My
something
pot targets me a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to do something to stay
I
alive.
can imagine you're sitting at the table and someone goes, I'd like to resolve a heuristic study, and you go, hold on! And you put on glasses and a vest, and then you pull a whiteboard and you flip it around, and on the back it says, all game changers, and you go, oh yeah, no, that one can't go. I'm so sorry, it happened, it's on the no-fly list. I
To
can't
be
let
honest,
that one
though,
go.
can you think of anything other than saying fireball like they did in the title, more wizardly than having no mana and just deleting a spell?
Yeah.
So I think it's a little on theme. It is definitely like a spike in the power level compared to a lot of this stuff, but I think that that's okay. Like, look, bracket 3 is supposed to have a couple of really strong cards. If your choice is to use them on free counter spells, I don't think there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's definitely a choice, though.
You have
made a
Storm
choice.
Splitter. It's so nice.
You've definitely made a choice.
Hey, I love... Okay, this is the earliest rating ever. I'm giving this a 10.
Whoa.
I think it's so awesome because at some point when you play this deck, you are going to say there is Coruscation Mage and Otter on the battlefield with Balmor Battle Mage Captain, a bird wizard, with Gandalf, with Drake Hatcher, with Dreadhorde Arcanist the zombie, with Gogo, the guy who's dressed like a fucking clown, with Nekyazar, with... It's just so funny to me. Like, people sleep on how funny the wizard subtype is, but holy shit, this is so funny. I love this deck. I just want to play it so bad.
Let me talk some numbers. They did a good job of splitting their mana base 3 ways. They have pretty good mana production. And kind of a cool include 3-tree city to name wizards.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass,
Yeah.
actually. I think that's cool. Now, their lands,
Darkness.
they have 35 if you include MDFCs, 30 if not. That's a little on the aggressive side for a deck, I think, like this, but I think a good choice to do that, actually.
You might be running it a little tight. I might want, like, literally one more land. Literally one. But, I don't know.
Gemstone Cavern's
I think
spicy.
it's pretty, it's tight.
Yeah.
It's tight.
If you're trying to include the deck as well, I mean, I've said it 50 times on stream, but Sink into Stupor is, it's right there. You're awesome. You win.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
you did
about
it.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
I just moved my MDCs to lands and I have to look around for them.
Hey, they added a Roller Crusher Ride, which is a card that we recently talked about.
Yeah.
It's a legendary enchantment from Duskhorn that has Delirium. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player, there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. It deals double damage instead. 1, awesome, really cool.
Because you can cast it for the 3 mana X0 to get that first
Yeah, and then you get it. The thing is, I'm looking at this deck. I think you will never have that Delirium. I think that you will have instants and sorceries in your graveyard and a creature, and you will just be on the edge of having that Delirium, but most of the time, it's not going to be there.
They have, I think that the best way they would get there is draw discard effects. So like you highlighted Ral earlier, are there more of those like draw discard spells?
Or like a sack land? Maybe you have
Yeah,
lands that
I didn't
sack?
see, there aren't that really many
Yeah,
fetch
draw
lands.
discard.
There aren't that many fetch lands. Like I see Evolving Wilds, but not too many.
Maybe it's more possible than I think, but it's tough. It feels really tough.
Yeah.
I would want like, let me look at your lands and see how many of them
Instant and
sacrifice.
sorcery is probably a guarantee in this deck. I
Yes,
think that you
and I would even say creature maybe is.
yeah, and creature too. But then it's the 4th one that gets you there, right?
You have, if I'm looking at this properly, you have no lands that sacrifice themselves. So like no Evolving Wilds.
Wilds, he has 1. He has
Okay,
one,
okay,
at
so
least that I've seen.
1. You have no artifacts or enchantments that sacrifice themselves. I would say, yeah, maybe the Planeswalker. If that would be tough, maybe it's not worth the... Like, what if you just change Roller Ride for Fire Emancipation? Like, I guess that's hard because it only does red.
Yeah, I also think that they can get there if they have a few more draw discards. Like, I don't see that many in here, but like the land I keep talking, the MDFC, Valakut's Awakening, draw and discard. Or no, that puts it on the bottom. Not even that one.
Yeah,
But
I'm finding it's such a niche issue.
It's
that,
close.
You know, it's less of like let's make it work in the deck, and it's more like let's consider if Roller Crusher Ride makes it into the deck. But it's so funny.
they have a cycling land.
It's so funny. They have a cycling land? Okay, well, that's good. So then maybe it's like out of...
It's
I'm trying to run
unlikely.
like the most like low bar napkin stats in my brain of like of the games that you draw Roller Crusher Ride, what's the percentage chance that you're actually having Delirium activated? Like
Pretty low, but you know, to be honest, what actually maybe makes a difference here is the Relic of Sauron, the card that you talked about before. It's tapped to add any 2 mana in the color of Grixis, but the other mode is draw 2, discard 1.
yeah, I love that card so much, and it fits into every Grixis. It's practically an auto include, to be honest.
The only time I ever wouldn't include it is if my commander was also a 4-drop, because it's kind of not great in that case. But here you're looking at a 5-drop, and you love extra mana. So
Yeah.
I don't know that I would play it over Soul Ring, for example. I mean, color fixing is always a thing to consider, but I think you could find a spot for something like that.
I honestly might steal this deck and print it just to play for fun, because it's so like in the realm of stuff that I like to do.
Yeah, there are no rules against double submitting or submitting again, but let me just peel back the curtain for you guys. I've seen the question a few times. We always randomly choose based on single entries for people. If you submit 5 decks, which someone did today, you get 1 chance, even if you've already been chosen.
And then we choose between the 5.
And we choose between the 5 once we get there, yes. But we want to make sure that it is a complete, random, fair chance every single time. And so, yes, if you've been chosen again, you can resubmit for sure. Although, you know, it's up to you whether you do or not.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I love this deck.
We have a Grixis deck in front of us, okay?
Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
Zach.
Grixis button.
Zach.
I was pissing for a good portion of
Zach.
this.
It's Grixis
but-
Wizards.
Yeah. I'm noticing some notable wizards missing, like
Oh.
Snapcaster Mage,
Whoa.
Dualcaster Mage,
Yeah, Dual Caster would be good.
Wizards
Okay.
of Thay.
Oh, yeah.
Obeka Brute Chronologist lets you keep the tokens that you make from Inalla.
Oh.
Since it's exile at the beginning of the next end step, you just end the turn, and then you get to keep the tokens.
Yeah, Obeka's really cool.
So
How do you feel about Vivi in this deck?
it is a wizard.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
Ever since we played that game against Moldhound where he played Vivi with no keywords, just made it huge and swung at us.
So good.
I have lessened my hatred of this card. Because, like, I think in a deck like this where you get 2 VVs, okay, you get extra mana. But it's clearly not, like, intended to be a disgusting nonsense piece.
Yeah.
I think that Vivi, guys, the Vivi hate days, they're over. If you see a
Well,
Vivi...
because it's not in standard, yeah.
Right. Well, who cares? They're commander players. If you see Vivi at the table and it's in a deck like this, immediately it's a funny card.
Yeah.
It's a funny card.
It is.
Yeah, Magic Con. We played like at the table with him.
Yeah, we just ran a game literally
2
like
hours before our
40
flight.
minutes before
Yeah,
we
like
had to
our
fly
flight,
out
yeah,
of
it was awesome.
the state.
I don't know. We can tell them what deck it was. It was Vivi Oops All Bad Creatures.
Yeah.
And
I
it was
think,
like,
I think he's played it on camera.
I think so
bunch.
too. I was trying to think if he had or not.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great.
Zach, who is the girlfriend Grixis wizard to Kess Dissonant Mage? It's always
Oh, God.
Kess and then the other Grixis wizard, that's a girl that I always say that they are girlfriends, that you put them in the same decks all the time. She taps for one of Grixis that you can spend only on
the
instants and
vampire?
sorceries. Yeah.
Cormella.
Yeah, Cormella.
Yeah,
Cormella's
I
good
don't
too.
see Cormella in the deck, I don't think. And that
Cormella's
card
cool.
is really good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see why you wouldn't play it. Yeah, Vivi goes to summoning school.
Yeah, exactly. There's some banger cards in that deck, too.
Yeah.
That was a fucking funny game.
It was really
Good
good.
times, good times. All
Well,
right,
she's a
look.
vampire rogue, so not
Oh, she's not a wizard?
She's not a wizard.
Damn.
Oh man, the girlfriends get split up for this game.
Damn. Oh well.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I like the deck a lot. I'm trying to think of what I would change. I mean,
Fire Fist Adept. It enters the battlefield, deal X damage to target creature or opponent, or target creature and opponent controls, where X is the number of wizards you control, and then you
buddy.
copy him.
And you make another one. Yeah.
That's awesome. I fucking
Yes, sir.
love that card.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, Emmett's good.
Oh.
Life is good. I think that this wizard deck is beautiful, and I think that there are some stylistic choices that I would make or change. But you've got wizard tribal synergy, you've got pings, you've got wizard makers, you've got some damage doubling stuff, you've got good interaction. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. When does Blood Scrivener ever trigger in this deck?
Blood Scrivener. Let's see.
If you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, instead draw 2 and lose 1 life. I'm sorry, bud. That shit is never triggering.
I could see it because, like, do you have that many raw card draw cards and card effects in here?
I mean,
I don't think so. Like, they don't get any draw value from wizards other than, like, the ones that are engines. But, like, so Archmage Emeritus, right? Draw when you cast an instant or sorcery. They have 30 instants and sorceries, which is a lot and a good number. But I do see a world...
And Cloud Conceer, and they have Archmage of Runes.
I do see a world where they draw only wizards, the 2 and 3 drops, and they end up having no cards at 5.
And Nekuzar.
To be honest, it might just be in here because it's a cheap wizard for other wizard effects.
I mean, that's fair. I would maybe replace it with something that just draws you cards. I mean, you have Arcane Epiphany, you have Consider. You're not going to... You have Expedite. It's not going to happen, dude.
I don't know.
Flames of Anor. Flames of Anus. I feel like you're not going to have it trigger so much and maybe look for a wizard. Yeah.
Ludwig draws.
Huh?
Is it Ludwig?
Yeah,
partner
Ludwig
one,
is...
he draws.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, yeah. Is that a wizard? Fuck yeah, that's really
he's
good.
a wizard. I think.
Just put in different card draw than Blood Scrivener. I know that you probably are looking for black wizards because there aren't very many to put into this deck, but like Blood Scrivener just ain't it. I'm gonna find you a perfect replacement for Blood Scrivener right now. Give me just a moment.
While he does that, the way that I would play this deck probably is to put every wizard I own in a pile. Maybe like 100. I don't know how many wizards I actually have or own. I would shuffle them, and I would take the top 30 and put them in the deck. And that wouldn't be good, but God, would it be funny.
It would.
It would be so funny.
Wizard.
And I think to say that while we are ripening up the deck with Blood Scrivener, there are some very solid choices. Archmage Emeritus, Archmage of Room. I even like Cloudkin Seer just as a flying make-a-draw guy. Like, Harmonic Prodigy is hilarious in the deck. You have definitely chosen smart. Like, at the bottom power level being this, like, Scrivener one, sure. Or just, like, Goblin Electromancer. Very solid choices, I think.
Yeah. Off the dome, Apprentice Necromancer gets you stuff back from your graveyard. I mean, that's niche, but I feel like it's good in this deck that if something that you like gets removed, you just go and get it back, especially if you can have 2 copies.
Kuja is in there, but chat also brings up a good one, which is Dark Continent, the original Bob.
Yes. Corpse Augur. When it
Corpse Auger's
dies,
cool.
you draw X cards, lose X life, or X is the number of creature cards in target player's graveyard. That card is incredible, and it works really good with the doubling synergy.
Kefka.
Kefka is awesome. Dark Confidant, yeah, thank you. Death Cultist is not bad. Disciple of Bolus is really cool. I feel like you have a lot of options, and Blood Scrivener just ain't it.
Ooh,
Augur of Bolus, too.
Puppeteer Clique.
Puppeteer Clique is so good.
Yeah.
Faller's Faithful I even like. It's an uncommon from EOE. I mean, there's just lots of options. Maybe Blood Scrivener is doing work in your pods, but man, I cannot understand that.
For me, it's definitely Augur of Bolus. It's a 2-mana 1/3. You look at the top 3, take an instant or sorcery. The rest go in the graveyard or bottom.
That's
but you
so
make
good.
a copy. So you look at 3, take an instant or sorcery. You look at 3 more, you take an instant or sorcery. That's perfect for this deck. It's 2
Keen
minutes.
Duelist.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I think that you're right.
Even there's so many good choices. Look, Wizards is a tribe that doesn't get the most love from Wizards. Ironic, I know. Ooh, but they do occasionally print a little bit of a gem. What do you got?
This card, Grixis Battle Mage.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's 2 and a black, and you can have blue tap to draw a card, then discard. Or red, tap it, target creature can't block.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
I know it seems like maybe a lot of mana investment, but it's like actually pretty good.
I do like it.
Grim Harspec's also able to do it.
Yep, agreed.
Okay, I'm giving it a 10. I love the deck, except for Blood Scrivener. Get that shit out of there.
I can't really complain about it. I think that they have fit the label and they've done what they've said. So I'll give you a 10. I'll give you a 10 as well. I think it's great.
Let's go to the next wheel zone.
Wheel, please.
I grabbed the wheel.
Solid 3 is a good way to put that, I think. Solid 3.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I heard a
solid 3.
whoops. Oh, I like Jaliva. Jaliva's cute.
All good.
Master Polymorphist? I mean, there's also Liezo. All your cards get flashback and nothing get countered, but that's like, are we really playing that game? Maybe.
Wah 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 wah
Maybe.
wah 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 wah.
Destroyer 296.
Destroyer.
Ncrit I watch on YouTube. Okay.
Tapped out.
Oh god, Undercity Blink ETB.
Oh god.
To hit trap and kill people from trap room burn. Wow.
What the fuck?
They've been playing since Foundation. Don't know how to much. I pick effects I think will mesh together without being extremely mean. That is actually really hard to do in Magic, I think.
Venture into Undercity.
Is this our first?
Venture into Undercity.
Is this our first tapped out submission ever?
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
I don't
Wow.
know how to look at this.
Tapped out has been a Magic staple for so long. I feel like it's phased out because it's like the Unk platform.
It's a Sefris deck.
It is a Sefris deck. Hey, that's the guy.
My beautiful son. Come here. Give
Okay,
Papa a hug.
You said you didn't want to be extremely mean. The two cards that I saw first were Acerak and Archon of Cruelty. So I'm pressing X to doubt.
No, a Serarak is not mean
Nope,
as
no.
long as you don't have...
He doesn't have it.
Yep. You don't have a Rooftop Storm.
Yep.
And what was the other
And it's
one
not
that you
even Archon of Cruelty.
said? Archon of Cruelty is okay. It's fine.
Well,
It's a little mean, but it's not as mean as you can
yeah.
get.
And Rooftop Storm is not even in their sideboard, so respect.
Wow. Can we not look at this deck list
Hey.
with images?
You can put your mouse on it.
And
My mouse as an iPad user?
Yeah, you
somewhere
can
on
put
the side it should say view image or something.
Real quick, while they're doing tech stuff, Sefris of the Hidden Ways is a 3-mana Esper, 2/3. It says whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, venture into the dungeon. This ability triggers only once. Venturing will let you only pick the dungeons, but if you are in the initiative, you've already entered the Undercity, venturing will progress the Undercity, which is cool. So it's a little bit of a step. And then also it says create undead. Whenever you complete a dungeon, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So reanimation, venturing, it's a 3-mana 2/3, so understated, but for what you're trying to do, it is probably one of the better choices.
Yes.
All right, Undercity guy, what are you doing here? What's going on here?
Okay, I love dungeoning. I love that you're putting the gates in the deck. That's very fun, very thematic. You have Baldur's Gate, very interesting. Interesting that Arcane Signet doesn't make the cut, but you know what? Sometimes you have to make those choices. Bar the Gate, a counterspell that does venturing. Very, very fun, very fun. Case of the Shifting Visage. Whenever you cast a non-legendary creature, copy that spell. Incredible. Great for Venture Trigger. Carrion Feeder, sacrifice a creature. Yep, you're going to get your Sefris trigger on every single turn. Free sacrifice stuff like that is really, really good. And Crucible of Worlds makes sure that your mana curve is not going to be too affected. Delver's Torch is like the first card that I really am not excited about. I definitely would just put in Arcane Signet over that. Weird that Conduit of Worlds is in your maybe board because that's a green card.
Delver's Torch does venture on attack, though.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that, like, when I'm making this deck and playing it, I'm focusing on getting a death every single turn, not just on mine. And that is when I'm doing all of my venturing. Like, attacking is not super crucial to the strategy that I am making. Did I just move a card into the maybe board? Do I control that?
I don't, did you?
I don't know. I think I did.
It's important to know, though, that Sefris specifically says whenever one or more creature cards are put in your graveyard from anywhere, and there are some really easy ways to trigger that, like Gaia Reach Sanitarium, which is the land that lets you draw and discard. Well, discarding a creature will let you do it too. And so what Drew's saying is, it's about dumping creatures into the yard as often as you can with this deck. And Delver's Torch can get you one trigger on attack. But if you're playing like a Phyrexian Tower or a High Market or something with a sack outlet, you can just do that with less steps.
Yeah. Something I'm not seeing yet. No, it is here. Tortured Existence. Best card in the whole deck. Other than Tomb of Horrors Adventurer and
There's one.
Radiant
Yeah,
Solar,
there it is.
which is like the absolute turbo bangerist card in the whole thing.
Yep.
Oh, I love seeing all the commons, like Vicious Battle Rager.
If you guys have never played against
So
the
good.
Sefris deck or the Dungeon deck, the only thing you really need to do is
Dorian.
exile Radiant Solar.
Yeah.
If you can do that, all of the rest of the stuff this deck does is so fair.
Is more normal.
Yeah.
If you have Radiant Solar on the board, it's fucking super turbo time.
Radiant Solar on the board means you can die at any point.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
And you won't, probably if you've never played against deck, you won't understand how it kills you because it doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Phantasmal Image is an excellent include
Yeah, that's
because
good.
it enters as a copy, so you can have it enter as Radiant Solar or as any of your other things that when it enters, it triggers the dungeon stuff. Very, very good include. It's almost a necessity.
I like Haman Pashar, I like Midnight Pathlighter. Those are all really good.
Yes, yes. Very good stuff.
I do see an Umbral Caller Zealot, so they have thought about the sack outlet thing. That's good.
Yes. I think that that's really good, and it...
Go on.
He's end with exactly 10 gates in the deck.
Yeah, having exactly 10 gates is very funny.
Ooh, you gotta respect that. That's kind of badass.
I'm wondering, because a big problem with decks like this that I am intimately familiar with is how do you win the game? Because you have Maze's End, which is going to happen once every 5,000 games. But how do you win? Because your creatures aren't too big, and
They want to do the dungeon initiative drain out trap thing. Is their
oh,
plan.
the drain out.
Yeah, and someone even asked, how do you kill people with Radiant Solar?
Okay.
Tell them the dungeon thing.
So what you can do is Sefris says whenever you complete a dungeon, you get something from your graveyard onto your battlefield. Radiant Solar says whenever anything enters, you've entered the dungeon. So at some point, what happens is, let's say you have a Radiant Solar and something that multiplies triggers, or multiple Radiant Solars, or a way to blink things consistently, whatever. Yep. You loop into the trap room of one of the dungeons, not typically the Undercity, and it deals 1 damage to everybody, heals you, and during that loop you also draw a card, so you have to do it, only as many times as you have cards in your deck, but usually that's not a problem.
Yeah, I think it's Lost Minds of Phandelver. It's the usual
I
one.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm wondering about looping the trap room in the Undercity because
that they said.
Oh, that one deals 5 damage.
That they said is probably a blink thing. So you look and see they have Ephemerate and a few cards like White Plume Adventure. When it enters, it takes the initiative. So they have to change the loop a little bit to get themselves the initiative, and then the Ventures will push through the initiative. And so it's a little more complicated, but it does this. It's the same thing, does the same effect.
It's hard because something that you have to juggle is if you are leaving the dungeon and you have a venture into the dungeon, not a take the initiative, a venture into the dungeon. Trigger on the stack, you will not be able to go to the Undercity. You will have to choose one of the original dungeons from Adventures in Favorite,
Which is
or
not
whatever.
the worst thing. It still does the job.
Yeah,
it still does.
It still does the job. It's just like getting that consistency of like, I'm doing this so many times a turn is pretty difficult.
Yeah, and honestly, it's because of this mechanic is a forgotten mechanic from Wizards, and it sucks because like the dungeons thing is really cool. It just was like created in version 1.0 and left. And so when you're trying to you have an awesome idea here. I love the idea of saying, no, it's not a dungeons deck, it's an initiative deck.
Yeah.
And they did print some initiative specific like black and blue guys, which are really cool, like Tomb of Horrors Adventure or whatever. And I love that concept, but you're not gonna see any more support. So you're here with the cards that you have, and I really doubt that you'll get more cards. Now, like, maybe we'll see something in Lord of the Rings as a one-off for one card. But, like, we know the roadmap coming. I didn't see any D&D stuff. You're likely to never get better cards other than interaction or draw for this deck ever again. And that makes it hard.
If you want to do something funny at some point, when Baldur's Gate 3, the video game, was coming out, not the set, they made a Baldur's Gate 3 the game dungeon. It's not legal in any format, but it is really strong, and it leads to like a more consistent game-ending plan in my experience. I would say that it kind of makes the deck go from unbearable for opponents to it has a win condition that gives them a reason to attack you that isn't just they hate you. It's like you are actually representing a win on the board. I would say I'm going to be really... since this is basically the thing that I do the best in Magic the Gathering, I'm going to be pretty stark about it. This deck is made right now with most of the Dungeon Venture triggers on doing things that happen once, like countering a spell or attacking that people can usually block.
The deck owner just showed up.
Oh, welcome. We're so happy to have you.
This is your deck, yes.
Where?
Ncrit Gaming. They're Ncrit Gaming.
Oh!
Perhaps direct it in the form of a question at them and we can get some info.
Okay, so it looks like a lot of what you are building around is one-time venture triggers or things that can be stopped, like having it on attack. How do you feel about that, and how does that go in your pods? Because I imagine those creatures die, and then you will kind of be like, oh, that's a bummer. Also, love the gates. I just have to say it again.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say if you're trying to make this deck win more consistently, putting stuff on attack or on damage for venturing is kind of hard to make work. It's also hard because you don't want to just get into the habit of like, I play Unearth, I get Radiant Solar into the yard, I reanimate it, I copy it with Phantasmal Image, or Undercity Explorer?
Yeah,
like Tomb of Horrors Adventure.
Like the Lightning Rod card that he was directing this
Yeah,
critique
Rooftop
at
Storm, yeah.
was Delver's Torch.
Yeah.
That does the thing that you said you wanted to do, but not in the right direction to make it happen.
Yeah, and it's just so slow that like winning the game
Yeah.
fucking never happens. Or at least it feels like it to me when I played it like that. I will say though, so the deck is ETB Venture triggers, happening again with blink cards, not so much attacks. Okay, so you're more focusing on like Battle Rager and stuff like that. Then I would say that cards like Yuan-Ti Malazan, like Delver's Torch, like there's another guy in here, Shortcut guy, what's his name? Shortcut Seeker. Probably you can take out for more consistent like blink stuff. Like, put Displacer Kitten into the deck if you have budget for it.
Yep.
Put Teleportation Circle. It's in the D&D theming. A lot of what blocks people from being able to do ETB Venture stuff is price. So just fucking proxy the cards. Fucking print them out of your printer at home.
Yeah, for sure. And I really like Ephemerate for something like that.
Yeah.
It's not Displacer Kitten, but it's the exact direction he's talking about.
Yes.
Or Rooftop Storm in this.
Don't
Yeah.
you dare.
You can put Rooftop Storm in the Sararak Goes Disgusting mode, but like you don't really have to. If you're going for ETB stuff, you need more consistent
Oh yeah, he's
ETB
boxing the whole
stuff.
deck for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Conjurer's Closet is really cool.
Yep. Teleportation Circle, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I even like Life Trapping Mirror. That is a slower card, but it does more interaction, and it attracts a lot of interaction from your opponents. And it focuses on ETB stuff. I really like the removal package that you have in here. Anguished Unmaking is really good.
Yeah, it's good
although
card.
I don't really see a lot of board
Oh
wipes.
yeah, Blink Faucet too.
Something that I know that this is going to be an unpopular opinion, so everyone who doesn't like to hear this, you can shut your ears. This deck is not afraid of running fuckloads of removal. And I mean like 9 board wipes. Because what you do is you put any sort of protection onto Sefris, and you can just board wipe every single turn for 5 turns, and people are going to be sad, but you are getting triggers every turn off of those board wipes because you have creatures going to the yard and you're making progress, which I know is kind of a sucky thing to say, but if you are really trying to explore every single avenue that this deck can take, you could do that. You super could. Yeah, if you're sticking around bracket 2 low 3, then, venture on attack, that's fine. And venture on ETB, you have what it does. I have a deck that is this, except it's Atraxa, and it's Blink for venture, and it's way more powerful just because Atraxa, but also, it does basically the same thing. Maybe Displacer Kitten would be too far, but Teleportation Circle in this is basically a bare minimum. You need to include it.
It's in.
It is? Okay,
Yeah.
well then, yeah, you're good. I like the deck. I really like it.
To me, my sharpen up for this would be draw discard pieces. So things like Gaia Reach Sanitarium,
Looters,
as a land,
yes.
looters, yes, because putting a discarded creature into the graveyard gives you a venture. All of those effects, actually sack outlets too, like Phyrexian Tower, but the draw discard ones specifically are much easier to do at instant speed. And because you're blinking to start the initiative, you can hold those effects until you're in the initiative.
Yeah.
Then discard the creature and advance. Likeness Looter, yeah. There's a few. Merfolk Looter, there's a bunch of creatures that do it.
Yeah.
That way you can control the timing of the initiative as well. So I do think you will get there doing this. And you have some powerful cards like Amulet of Vigor and all your gates, right?
Key piece is Preston because you're blinking. Yeah.
Yep,
If you're going
Preston
for
too.
blinking,
Yep.
like Soul Herder's so sick. I'm
Yep.
glad to see it in there. Yeah, I love this deck. I mean, it's
Great.
Dungeons, so I have to give it a 10 because I have to pay my dungeon taxes. Nobody plays Dungeons. Join me in playing Dungeons and revealing to people that as long as you are practiced enough to get through your triggers fast enough, which you better be.
You better be.
If you take a long time on those triggers, I don't even want you playing this deck, so really get practice in and make sure that you know how to resolve them quickly. You will have a great time. And dungeons are not such an annoying mechanic that people think that it is. It just is so niche and diverse that people are frustrated by it, but it's really secretly it's just ETBs, but just on a different piece of paper. Really it is.
Yep, and for me, 9.5, I think more instant speed draw removal or draw discard because people will try to remove your stuff, and then at instant speed you can complete dungeons, and that will shut all of their hate down because you'll just kill them before their spell resolves.
Yeah. People just hate watching it pop off because they think that it takes really long. But with enough practice, you can resolve 7 triggers in less than a minute, and then at some point it is on you. Oh yeah, run creature cycling.
Cycling creatures is great.
Is great too.
Yep.
With enough practice, you can get to the point where you can just be like, "Hey guys, you can just trust that I, know that this is where the game's ending."
Honestly, when I played, I have a Sefris deck too, although I haven't played it that much. Like, I just tell people, you can just fucking tune me out until you hear Radiant Solar, and then you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And like, that's really it.
Something I've done not a short amount of times is I have a whiteboard and I draw out one of the dungeons that I know I'm going to go through a lot, and I literally have a magnet that I push through so that people see what's coming up.
That's funny.
Because it's really annoying that they don't know what's happening. So like getting rid of that obfuscation is like really helpful for people not being in such pain. Also, I want to call out Deep Dive MTG. Great to see you again because we did meet you at MagicCon.
Hello.
Great to see you here, and yes, I'm glad to hear that your brother has extra copies of the dungeons to give out because I think that information not being available is like one of the biggest reasons that people are like disliking dungeons. Troll of Khazad-dûm? I should look that up because I don't know what that card is.
Oh yeah, isn't that
swamp cycling?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
swamp
it's
cycling.
swamp cycling. Okay, yeah.
CG played it against
Yes,
us.
yes.
It's like a common from Lord of the Rings. It has triple menace and finds a swamp.
Yeah,
It's a great card.
yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, for sure. Now, here's the real question. We've just dungeon dunked, by which I mean they did a good job on this deck. We like it. Is this the last one, or we have time for one more? We go real fast?
If we go super fast, we can do one more. Yeah.
We can speed run one more.
Oh my God, it's 5 right now.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go really fast.
Yeah, we're going to speed run one more, and that's going to be it for the day. We have had a great time. Thank you guys so much for submitting decks. The next one will be in January, so make sure you guys are building decks over the holidays or whatever.
And
or
have
you're
a
really
happy
spending-
holiday season.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Whatever you're celebrating, I hope you're celebrating it with people that care about you and with people that you care about.
Zhynik.
Zhynik! Okay, he
Has 3.
or they submitted like a billion. There's one that was
Janky,
more
bracket
recently
3.
submitted, and then 2.
Bracket 4 group hug,
Yeah.
and an updated one. Let's do the janky one or the bracket 3 maybe. Let's see.
Very jank B3.
You know
I
what?
want that.
Yeah, and they submitted it most recently. Let's look.
Yeah.
Shay Cormack aura farming.
Okay.
I haven't seen a Shay Cormack
Okay.
deck.
For 1 mana, it's a 2 mana 1/1 Orzhov. 1 mana permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof, indestructible, protection, shroud, and ward.
Yeah,
Wow, that's cool.
he's the assassin.
Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, put a bounty target on it. Whenever a creature with a bounty counter on it dies, put 2 1/1 counters on Shay Cormack. Wait.
This
You called
is
it aura farming?
really good.
Are you putting auras on all of your opponent's stuff? And then you have Ariad? Oh my god, this is such a cool
This is really
idea.
cool. Right away, more auras.
Yeah.
More auras. I see 15 enchantments. They're not all auras.
I love this.
Now, if you're just planning to actually just play the deck because it's good, and I do think that instants are great, right? You have like Destroy Evil and Doomblade and a bunch of other stuff. Is this a budget deck? Hold on. Where's the price?
It's $350,
Okay.
so it's a bit above budget, but this is really awesome.
I really like this commander, and I really think that this is super cool. I think that this is definitely better against certain metas than other, right? Like if everyone's playing Swifties and Lightning Greaves and a bunch of other stuff in your pod, whipping out a Shay Cormack just to bring the odds back down is kind of sick.
I like this deck a lot. It's so simple, but like the idea is so excellent. Really, really good. Honestly, I don't even know if I have anything more to say about it. I mean, I'm going to read the cards, I suppose. Brina the Demagogue is a card that I need in every single Orzhov deck forever. It's so good.
What are your like top 3 includes in this murder deck?
I mean, you can always put Kaya's Ghost Form onto opponents' creatures to make them more durable so that you have more targets to put shit onto. And all the Impetus cards are here, but you also could do, like... You want stuff to make it so that the opponent's creatures die.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
There's there's an enchantment. It might be creatures you control. It says it's an enchantment specifically. It says when this creature dies, return to the battlefield. I gotta think it's really funny to just be like, yeah, he's gonna come back, but I'm gonna get my bounty.
Yeah.
Or like Malakir Rebirth on something that's gonna die anyway in combat, and be like, well, it's gonna die. I'll get my counters.
I'm wondering if there is any card in Magic's history that is persistent, like some permanent that as an ability that you can activate says like kill target creature that's taking damage this turn. And I know that there's like ETB do that and instant sorcery do that, but I'm wondering if there's a persistent effect that does that. I think
Not that I can think of to take damage this turn. Now there definitely are like creatures that will give --, or like attrition, destroy non-black creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's close. But not
Or like
exactly.
whenever
that effect.
any creature takes any damage, they explode. I don't know.
Royal Assassins kill a tapped guy, maybe?
Anyway,
Oh, no. Actually, I think that's right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway. The only thing that I think I would add to this is any card that is removal that also draws you a card. Even if it's expensive, it means that you're putting the bounty onto something, then killing it so that you get the kill, draw, and 2 counters, and you're getting the draw off of the, or no, it's just counters. Yeah, you need to draw cards in this deck, and sometimes that can be really, really hard.
True. There are definitely repeatable kills. So someone said Royal Assassin, which is destroy tapped creature, which is a tap ability to do that.
Yeah.
There's also Avatar of Woe, which is an 8 mana card, but it gets cheaper if things are dead. Tap to destroy a creature, it can't be regenerated. So like there are definitely repeatable effects for this for sure. And you could even, it just says when you become the target of it becomes the target of a spell or ability, put a bounty counter on it. It doesn't kill it. You could even play like Maze of Ith to target shit, and then like when it dies later, you get it, right?
Yeah.
For sure. There are definitely cool workarounds for this. I think that might even be why laser screwdrivers in the deck, to be honest. Because they just goad stuff, and then that's kind of good.
This deck is hilarious.
Yeah, it's got bounty board.
Honestly, for the last deck in the stream, this is awesome.
Yeah, this is really cool.
This is a really creative deck.
This is definitely the direction I would lean, which is like try to goad everything, play all the vows, play all the goad cards, like Bloodthirsty play? Bloodthirsty? Yeah.
I love seeing creatures that are so unassuming as, you can pay 1 to remove untargetability, and then if you target something, like it gets a bounty. Like this seems so direct from the design perspective of like, you make things able to be destroyed and then you destroy them, but what if you didn't? What if you didn't do that?
He even has Maze of Ith. Man, this is great choices. I'm in love with this deck. I would probably play like a couple less basics and try to find more stuff that targets randomly, even if it does nothing.
Lands that target.
Yeah, things that just target, just to make sure you get your
those
due.
aren't spells. It's if it becomes a spell or ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
It's really cool. I think this deck will lose if it doesn't have a good amount of ways to gain life. And I think that, for example, Witch's Clinic or Cottage, whichever is the colorless one, says target commander gains lifelink, is perfect. It does double duty. It gives your guy lifelink, and it targets their shit.
Yeah.
So you can be like, it's a bounty, and then like, especially if you do it after combat when lifelink doesn't matter.
Hey, put more card draw in the deck.
Yeah, card draw.
And put in Black Market Connections.
Yeah, it's a good card too.
Just because it helps with mana, which Orzhov always wants, and it gives you draw. And yeah.
Great concept. I love the commander, and you've clearly leaned into the abilities side of it too, which I think is probably one of the stronger parts.
Yes.
So I think it's a 10 for me. That's a
I like
cool
it.
commander.
I wonder if there's any like creatures that have just persistent target abilities that you can activate.
Like for 0?
Yeah. Or not 0, but like for 1 or like tap that you could just do every single turn to just target
For
other
sure.
stuff.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, I have some of that in my Hojo deck. It's obviously green, but like they're artifact creatures that do a lot of similar stuff.
Like just target creature gains death touch and you just give it to every single creature on your opponent's boards.
Yep. Well, there's
Okay.
Power Matrix. What? The one we saw in the Marchesa deck that was uploaded for this stream. It's a 4-mana artifact. Says tap, give a creature death touch, lifelink, and trample.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
There's a card called Bounty Hunter. Puts a bounty counter on target non-black creature. Tap. And then the other tap is destroy target creature with any bounty counters on.
Oh, Bounty Hunter is an incredible include.
Yo, that's sick.
Definitely needs to be in.
Termination
for sure.
Facilitator also puts bounty counters on thing for tapping.
Bounty counter tribal.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm going to give the deck a 9 just because I think that there are little niche things like that that could go in and really boost the power of the deck and make it even more interesting. But as a like pseudo Ariete like aura, like it's so funny. I love
Bounty
this
board's
deck.
in.
Awesome.
Actually, I'll go down to a 9/5 because there is clearly some aura theming in here. I think that you've split it out in a casual way that I think is good, but I also am like,
Put Mason Enchantress in.
I'm back up to a 10. I think this is a great middle power deck. It's a 10.
I
Good
love
job. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
This has been really fun. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you again in January. People were asking about the next upload. I would guess either over the weekend or early next week.
Maybe Friday, I think.
It depends on.
Yeah.
We just have to wait. We're not trying
With
to.
the holidays, things
Yeah.
are slowing down a little bit. We hope that you will be patient with us, but we are going to head out and do our best to just make stuff and send it to you guys, and hopefully you like it.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Good decks today. Good decks. Thank
Great
you.
decks.
Bye.